Hello and welcome all the students with the evening shift analysis of 5th of March. Many of the students are just out of the exam hall, maybe watching this live. So please share your experience. How was the live? Sorry, how was the paper? and how was the difficulty level of physics, chemistry, and maths? I hope physics was scoring as we have observed for other shifts also. It should be scoring. So please mention in the comments if you were there in the exam. So if you remember any of the question in the exam, you can mention the questions also. We will take those questions here. And yes, by that time we are fetching the questions from students. Our central team is taking the questions and we will receive the questions. We will take the discussion show soon with the maths and chemistry also. Gaurav sir and Dipendra sir will join with us. Sir, the shift is also easy to medium, my friend told. Okay, okay, that's great. If it was between easy and medium, it was good. Means scoring for all the aspirants. Good evening, Arpan. Medium balanced paper. Okay, okay. Let us see. If you remember any question, if you have any question from your friend or like that, please mention the question here also. How's the paper? Yeah, we are just receiving the questions. So some students are mentioning that the question paper was very easy or moderate. पानी पानी तो है नहीं 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 है बॉटल में है नहीं मंगाया मैंने NTA is literally being unpredictable now. Every shift seems like medium. Yes, it seems so. It seems so. Let us see how now we will receive the questions. We will see how the questions are. Your teaching style is unique. Oh, thank you if you like that. So we have seen in physics like the normal type of questions which are generally asked, they are only being asked. In morning shift we have seen the questions from logic gates, the standard questions from YDSC, the standard question from other topics. Let me again see which all things were there in the morning shift. Yeah. So in the morning shift we have seen questions where there was from the variation of acceleration due to gravity with the height, with the depth. There was a question where we need to find the tension, simple pulley problem from laws of motion, combinations of cells. That was another question in the morning, sir. But physics is not that difficult. Advaita is saying, yeah, physics is not that difficult. We can solve 70 to 20 questions easily. Yes, yes, it should be. It should be. Therefore, I am saying start with a positive mindset, solve first easiest questions, take physics first or chemistry first. Maths was moderate and lengthy, seems doable but takes so time. Yeah, yeah, that is there with the maths. So it's the nature of the subject. Shift 2 of 6th April will be tough. No, how you can say that? So there was question on the minimum deviation from the prism in the morning. There was question on units and dimension, Young's modulus, energy stored in inductor, de Broglie wavelength. Another question, there was moment of inertia. Although you see moment of inertia is such a simple topic, but still it is asked every time. Today also in the morning shift we got a question from moment of inertia, and very easy question, very straightforward question. Sir, are there only formula based? No, 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 no. You have to understand the concept. Just don't cram the formulas and you'll not be able to solve just by formulas. 6th April second shift, sir. Hope it is moderate, but reality can be tough. No, how you can say that that can be tough? Why you are thinking like that? I don't know, like it may be tough, it may not be tough. Why you are thinking like this? Chemistry was very very easy. In inorganic weightage much. Okay, okay, okay. Sir, physics only formula based. We'll receive the questions, but not that just by remembering the formulas you will be able to solve the questions in physics. You have to understand the concept also. Can I follow your channel for JEE Advance? Yes, we'll bring some things for JEE Advance also, certainly. Most welcome. All question from class. Sir, 38 questions किए, attempt 30 सही हैं, plus I am OBC NCL, is it good? Okay, you attempted 38 questions Out of that 30 are right. So negative marking for them. So efficiently 28 are right. 28 are right. So how much your score will be? It will be less actually, 110 maybe. Like that, isn't it? Your score will be less. Anyways, let us see when the answer key will come. You'll get to know. Sir, how was today's evening shift? Yes, we are saying that many of the students are mentioning that the today's evening shift was easy and few questions were moderate. Let us see, because there is no tough shift till now. Sir, I am so predicting it. Vikram, it can happen. All the shifts are moderate to easy. It can happen, isn't it? And even if there are some, you can say, tough shifts, some questions, if they are tough, how they can make the entire shift to be very tough? Okay, even in physics, if some questions are lengthy, it will not, make the whole paper lengthy, na. That 2 to 3 questions or 4 questions, even if there are 4 questions which are very lengthy, skip those 4 questions. At least do 21 questions very nicely then. Good evening, Shrikar. 8th April shift 2. Okay, all the best. No, don't worry about that. Even if some questions are lengthy, the paper will be doable. And in the morning, we had seen a standard question from waves. Thermodynamics, very easy question relating the gamma Cp by Cv with degrees of freedom. Logic gate questions are asked. Okay, we had seen another question in the morning, logic gate question, where we need to find which what should be the ABC value so that LEDs will glow. Now to LEDs to glow, the, you can say, input to the LED has to be of higher value, means 0, means 1, high means 1, low means 0. So the input to the LED has to be 1. And there was one question from Vernier scale also. I don't received any question from Vernier scale or screw gauge till now except today's morning shift. So today's morning shift I had seen one question on Vernier scale. Bohr's model, yes, Bohr's model questions are almost asked. Okay, I have seen from many of the shifts. Okay, Bohr's model questions are asked. YDSA is very important, like YDSA is there. Today also the YDSA was there in the evening. Sir, my exam is tomorrow, second shift. Okay, Shrikar, try to solve all the questions of memory base till now. Download the PDFs from the WhatsApp channel. Sir, was this shift easy? Yes, many of the students are mentioning that. Sir, using this type of questions in April and January shift, what can we expect about NEET 2026? Please tell us, sir. NEET 2026, how can I say? Actually, I don't know, like last year, there was a huge, like, physics is very difficult in NEET, physics is very difficult in NEET. Then I downloaded the paper, I solved the whole paper. It was not at all difficult except one question. And that one question also was not that difficult. If you invest like a bit of time, you can solve that question. That one question was not even difficult actually. I personally solved all the questions of NEET paper. When it was like, NEET was very difficult, NEET was not difficult. Like you see, very simple questions I have seen faculty solving in a very lengthy way. In a very lengthy way. I had seen that there was one question in NEET relating the thermal conductivity. There we need to find the effective thermal conductivity of the two rods that were connected in the series. What question that was? Just by looking at this, people can solve that. रोटेशनल मोशन का क्या करें, वीक है. From rotational motion, first of all, the first priority is for moment of inertia. Try to understand moment of inertia very nicely. Okay, if you don't have time right now, at least only prepare moment of inertia. Moment of inertia questions are asked today also. Morning shift we have seen another very simple question from moment of inertia. Sir, tomorrow opening morning. Okay, tomorrow morning is my exam. Okay, all the best. Sorish, cricketer. Sir, is solving the previous year is good or revising good, sir? Right now, don't just revise theory. Try to solve questions. Okay, understand the concept if that concept is not clear. My shift yesterday evening. Okay, you already gave? You already gave, Anuj? How was that? So till now, any out of box question asked from physics? Yes, there was one question which was not in the syllabus, actually part of the syllabus, that was on resolving power. So resolving power, is removed from the JEE main syllabus. So even like generally like students don't remember those formulas also, but there was a question finding the resolving power. We know theta minimum is equals to 1.22 into lambda divided by d. 1 by theta is my resolving power, but student don't remember because that was not part of the syllabus, but still it was asked. Sir, kal shift to my exam. Okay. बन जाएगा ना क्वेश्चन? Yes, questions are coming very easy. Okay, questions are coming standard easy questions, so don't worry about that. You will be able to solve questions. Okay, but when you enter the exam hall, always try to start your exam in such a way that you build your confidence first. Okay, because certainly we put efforts for 2 years, then we sit in the exam hall.
Yes, guys. So I hope I am available and you have given your papers. So just give me a confirmation that whether I am audible or not in this. Is this moderate or easy? Am I audible, guys? Chalo. Perfect. So I guess I have got this one question. Yes. So let me just add this one. So how was your paper? I mean, from because we have been very much religious with all the questions that we are coming with. So even if you people, you should definitely post those questions over there, whatever questions you remember, because this has been a very a regular pattern that students used to say, sir, this was not the question, this is wrong. So instead of that, put that question. We'll be discussing that question only. I mean, I have been doing this obviously because you are our source, my dear friends. So let me just go to this question. In our today's first session had this question again. Yeah, good morning, good evening, Vedant. Chalo. So this question is from Biomolecules, and in the morning session they had definitely asked about mutarotation. I have specifically given that content of mutarotation in the live class, and again they have asked the same thing. The question says that glucose is found to exist in two different anomeric forms, alpha and beta. Sir, alpha form and beta form. In the morning shift we have discussed that whenever the alcoholic group and carbonyl group they attack, sir, hemiacetal is formed. The same hemiacetal is formed by glucose. Now, glucose and fructose both can form that hemiacetal, and because that hemiacetal, whenever subjected to hydrolysis, it may open its chain. So, the re-attack can take place in a different orientation as well. So, therefore, in nature, the Hayward projection which we have obtained through our NCRT, it says that it has two form, alpha form and beta form. But those isomers are known as anomers. So, definitely, if you just go to my today's live in the morning shift, you will be getting the complete analysis I have given, because before examination you need to learn those data. So this is definitely correct. Now second statement is, in open chain structure of glucose and fructose both have same orientation. Now this is our simple question which, if you know your NCRT well, so what is the, I mean, in my classes also I guess I have given you this rhyme. Remember the rhyme? Sir, glucose is, this is aldehyde, and from the second carbon what is the rhyme that we say? We say OH, H, OH. Remember this rhyme? I have given this rhyme for the Haworth projection also. And if it is OH, then it is H, it is OH, it is H, and it is H. So let us name these carbon. This is carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the sixth carbon is nothing but a 1 degree alcohol. So this completes our structure for D plus glucose. Now, if you try to draw the same structure for sir, then we definitely know the same structure can be applied, but that structure for a ketone would be, you just have to replace the aldehyde group by what? You just have to replace this aldehyde group and make it a ketonic group. I mean, yes, all the students who are comfortable with the NCERT can only easily predict this. That, sir, this is our fructose, and everybody should learn this also. This is dextrorotatory, while fructose is levorotatory. The lever rotation of fructose is more in amplitude, in the specific rotation magnitude. And if you just see the carbon third, carbon fourth, and carbon fifth, carbon third, carbon fourth, and carbon fifth, then we do not have to change the orientation. So actually, as per their Fisher projection also, they have got same configuration, and hence the question is only focusing on third, fourth, and fifth carbon. And because yes, we can definitely see the configuration is same in the open chain structure, so both are correct. So statement 1 and statement 2 are correct answers. Now, let me see if I've got some more questions of chemistry. Okay, no. So, I hope you made this question correct, sir. Tomorrow evening shift, beta. All the very best. All the very best, Vikram. Okay, so my shift was yesterday, so beta, okay, Anuj, idli, I remember that green color, idli. So idli, how was your paper? My shift was yesterday. Vikram is saying, sir, tomorrow. Okay, Vikram, I heard, I read that. Best of luck, beta. So I guess somebody will be coming, maybe maths, maybe physics. By the time, if you have any doubt, you can definitely communicate that doubt to me. So let me just ask if somebody wants to join, if they have got some question. So they'll be coming. So shall I end? Is my question, or else tomorrow morning. Okay, beta, tomorrow morning you have your paper. Best of luck. 8th shift 2. Sir, any help, tip, please? हाँ बेटा, then beta, don't go for the chapter revision, है ना? Instead, do the whatever our live section of PWJ English. I was watching that live, and we are over flooded. So rather do that live analysis. It will be helping you like anything. So I guess Deepen sir is next. So I'm ending, and Deepen sir, over to you.
All right, so here we are with the mathematics section. Yes, we do have received the questions from mathematics as well. So first question of mathematics, again, as we are seeing the type of questions, again a simple one, again a doable one. So here when you go ahead with this question, it is again an absolutely doable question. How many of you have attempted this shift? And if you have attempted, do tell me, how was your paper? How was this paper? Sir, the question were there. I did 50. I was able to see them were easy as hell. I jumped directly as Matt and gave 1.3 R. Okay, great. That's good. Nishil Sharma, great. So with that here, coefficient of x square in the expansion of this. I hope nothing can be easier than this. If I simply write the R plus 1th term here, I hope you understand, it will be 10CR 2x square to the power 10 minus r, and 1 by x, which is x to the power minus 1 to the power r. Everybody getting that? All the participants. Now when I simplify this, what do I get? 10CR stays like there only, but here 2 is there with the power 10 minus r. You cannot do much about that, but x to the power 20 minus 2r, and this is minus r, which makes it minus 3r, of course. This is what we have. Now, yes, that's great. A lot of students are responding. That's good. Crazy, Vairu, Nishil, that's brilliant. Pavi, that's brilliant. That's great. So a lot of you do remember these questions. So I hope, how was the paper, by the way? Was it easy? Was it doable? Was it lengthy? Was it tough? Were there some questions which are absolutely not doable? What was your experience? Do tell me, right? I'm seeing your comments. I'm reading your comments. So with that, what do we need? The coefficient of x square. So all I need is, sir, 20 minus 3r should be 2. The power of x should be 2. And with that, what do I have? 3r goes to the other side. It is 18. So 18 by 3 is 6. So r we receive as 6. And we need the coefficient. That is nothing but what? 10c6. 2 to the power 10 minus 6, that is 4. And I hope you can crack it. 10c4, you know. 2 to the power 4, you know. With that, option B is going to be the final answer. So a lot of people are saying lengthy. What about other students, other aspirants? How was your paper? Were there questions which are not doable, which you found to be lengthy? Okay, so I think here Sumit sir possibly be ready. So let me just ask whether he is ready or not, so that he joins and he takes the charge from here. So few questions took some extra time. Okay, I get that. Okay, so handing it over to Sumit sir. He'll be joining now.
Let us see what is the first question in physics. We have seen one question in chemistry and maths. Now let us see in physics. Yeah, escape velocity question. I think we have seen one question on escape velocity till now, and this is the second question that we are seeing in escape velocity. One question was there on escape velocity, I think on 2nd of April morning shift, if I am not wrong. So this is another question on escape velocity. Let us see. Escape velocity on Earth is given as root of 2gr. The planet of half the radius of Earth will with the density, it should be with the density equal to that of Earth, the escape speed shall be. Now this escape velocity formula we know, that is root of 2 gm by r. This is another form of the same formula, because if we put small g as gm by r square, it will become the same, 2 gm by r. Now I need this formula in terms of radius and density, because this is what, okay, the thing is depending upon here. So let us write the mass as volume into density. Volume into the density. So from here I can say that escape velocity is proportional to, this is r square, root of r square into g. So I can say root of r root of rho, r root of rho. Clear? Now what is changing? The planet of half the radius is half. So when you write VE dash, radius is half, 1 by 2 will come. And what is the density? Density is same. So it will just become half of the escape velocity. So new escape velocity will be VE divided by 2. So I got the value of n as 2. Yes, escape shift 1 in 2nd April. Yes, Abhijit. Yes, escape velocity. We had seen one question. Now this is the second question. Therefore, I am saying when you are attending this memory based live, prepare these topics nicely parallelly, because it's a very high probability that, you know, similar concept will be asked in a different form again from you. So now let us see if Gaurav sir is there with us with the next question. Okay, so Gaurav sir, it's over to you.
Paper was easy to moderate. 4th April, second shift. Okay. Okay. Yes, I mean, the questions which till now I've seen, they are just getting typed, but virtually, yes, beta, maybe you are right. Tomorrow is tough. Nothing is tough if you are prepared well. If you know some concept, paper is easy. If you do not know that concept, paper obviously becomes difficult. So coming to this next question. Yeah, good evening, Tab. The question says, classic question from chemical bonding. The question says, the shape of ICl3 minus is square planar. Now, how shall you comment about the shape of the molecule? Yeah, perfect, Abhinav. Answer is 4. Let us check. Let us discuss that. Now, because iodine is bounded with 3 chlorine, so bond pair, that the sigma bond that it will be making is the combining atoms, which is chlorine. So 3. Iodine has 7 electrons, so 1 extra electron given because it is a negatively charged species. So 8 electrons, 3 utilized out of these 3. Now iodine, after, because halogen has 7, but this minus will be the 8th electron. So 8 minus 3, that means, okay, I guess this will be ICl3 minus. So iodine having a negative charge, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 chlorine, 2 chlorine and 3 chlorines. So it must be having this extra electron because halogen should have 7. Let me just check whether that is ICl3 minus, or guys, it is ICl3 minus or something else, because if it is using 3 bond pair, and then it should have, I mean, having 3 lone pair is good, but this will make 6, 7, 8, 9. So this will rather be 9 electrons. And because it is saying ICl3 minus, so let me do this, that iodine, and I shall have 1 chlorine as Cl minus giving the electron, but still that way is, yes, it is having empty orbital, so maybe it can accommodate. So 1 chlorine, another chlorine, so iodine in this way, but still it will be having 5 electrons. So I guess it will be some other central atom. So let's say if the central atom is, because it is saying it is square planar, obviously for a square planar species, even if you have lone pair of electrons, then for a square planar species you have bond pair equals 4 and lone pair you should have at least 2, then you may form a square planar species, and for that they should have 6. Obviously beta, if it is strictly talking for ICl3 minus, then whatever it is given we have to consider that only. So in that case iodine will be having 8 electrons, so 3 electron are making bonds, and out of 5, if 3 are gone, so that means 5 electrons are left. So ultimately lone pair it will be having is 2 and bond pair it will be having is 3. So again steric number will be 5, and because odd electron we do not pay that much of attention, because as per VSEPR theory the odd electron does not have any effect as per the repulsion clouds, so that repulsion we do not consider. So lone pair is 2, bond pair is 3, therefore steric number is 5, and what shall be the geometry will be trigonal bipyramidal, and in the equatorial position I have to satisfy these 2 lone pair because they'll be at maximum distance. So this iodine, let me make this iodine over here. This is one lone pair at the equatorial position. This is another lone pair at the equatorial position. I have this iodine. I have this chlorine over here. This is another combining chlorine, because of lone pair it will be repelled, and hence the shape will be bent T. Still its shape will be bent T, although it is I minus, and this I minus will definitely have one odd electron, but that odd electron is not accounted. So definitely this is incorrect. What about the statement 2? It is saying ClBr2 minus. Now again similarly, chlorine have how many electrons in its valence shell? So 7, 1 extra, that means 8. So how many bond pair this ClBr2 is having, sir? Bond pair is 2. So what about lone pair, sir? Out of the 8 electrons, 2 has formed bond pair, so 8 minus 2 gives you 6, so lone pair will be 3. So here clearly if it is 8 minus 2, okay, this is 2, that's why it is clearly, so steric number over here is 5 only. And again, because now I'm having 3 lone pairs, so all these 3 lone pairs of chlorine minus will be acquiring the equatorial position at the maximum distance, and one at top, one at bottom. And who are these combining atoms? Sir, bromine. So obviously this shape is clearly linear. Now obviously this is linear, hence not pyramidal, so obviously both are incorrect. So option is definitely 4, but yes, that would rather be a tricky one. Sir, in the morning shift of 5th April, mass of BSO4 in Carius method question is given as 231 and using the value I am getting nearest integer. Beta, if the molecular mass was given, na, then obviously whatever mass they are saying, it will be that mass only, because you have to consider the allotropic form. Na. So if they have given the molecular mass, then according to 231, whatever calculation you have, that will give you the answer. So who's next? Okay, Dipen sir is ready. So ending from my end, Dipen sir, over to you.
All right, so we are back with our mathematics discussion. So we have received again certain number of questions, and let's get started with these questions. A very simple, a very easy, and absolutely doable question. Can you not see this question? A very straightforward one. What does it say? It is given that probability of A becoming the captain of a team is 0.8. Okay. Probability of B becoming the captain is 0.4. If A becomes the captain, the chances of winning the match by the team is 0.6, and if B becomes the captain, then chances of winning the match is 0.7. I would say the easiest. You cannot find anything easier than this. So first of all, chances that A becomes the captain is 0.8, and then team wins the match. So if A becomes the captain, the team wins the match. The probability is 0.6. Or, I hope you remember that, or the chances that B becomes the captain is 0.4. Okay, so if B becomes the captain, the chances are 0.4. And if B becomes the captain, the chances that they win the match is 0.7. So I hope from here you know what to do next, and you will get the answer within seconds. And with that, after calculation, option A will be the final answer. Everybody got this, all the participants. From here, when I move ahead with the next question, what does it say? Terribly easy. I think maths is doing wonders. Nothing can be easier than this, right? The set A has two elements, set B has two elements. Then the number of relations from A cross B to A cross B. So first of all, when you do A cross B, I hope you're understanding, there are two elements here, there are two elements here. So these two with these two can be mapped in 2 into 2 4 ways. So number of elements if I find in A cross B, I hope you remember, that will be 2 into 2, that is 4 elements will be there. So I hope you're understanding there are 4 elements here. There are 4 elements here. Of course, there'll be pairs first of all, because A cross B will be forming a pair. So 4 pairs and 4 pairs. Now I hope you understand these 4 elements or pairs can be mapped or paired with these 4 pairs in 4 into 4, 16 ways. I hope you understand that. So there will be 16 pairs. There will be 16 pairs of pairs. So there will be 16 pairs. Now what is the relation? Relation is you take any subset of these 16 available pairs. So out of these 16 available elements, if I wish to take any set, which means the number of subsets, so out of these 16 elements, the number of subsets of this set, which has 16 elements, it will be 2 to the power 16, and I think that we are given in option B. Everybody understood that. Again, it was easy. Some students are saying, sir, this wasn't there. Okay, so we have received it. And if we have received it, possibly something like that could have been there. But if it was not there, it's perfectly fine. Then moving ahead with the next question, I think I do have received one more question. Let me go through that question. This is the next question. So let's discuss this question as well. I hope it is visible. Let me see whether it is downloaded or not. So I am hoping that it is downloaded. Yes, it is getting downloaded, and we'll be importing it, and we'll be discussing one more question from mathematics section. Again, an easy one. I'll say simply, sir, exactly wrong. The question is A1. Oh, come on. Kevin, if the data is changing, it doesn't change much. If I could read your comment, Kevin is saying 137 and 248. Then in that case, if the data changes, let's say there are 3 elements here. Let's say this has 3 elements, 137. And if this B has again 3 elements, they are, let's say, 248. I hope the rest of the question was same. The rest of the data was same. Is that okay? So with that, I hope you're understanding nothing much changes here. With that, what will you have? Sir, A cross B will have 3 into 3, 9 elements first of all. So A cross B will have 3 into 3, 9 elements. I hope you are understanding it. So 9 pairs with those 9 pairs with A cross B can be paired in 9 into 9, 81 ways. Everyone getting this? So there will be 81 elements in that whole set, in that whole Cartesian product of A cross B with A cross B. So in that case, the total number of subsets, so because any subset will be a relation, so total number of subsets will be 2 to the power 81. So if that was there, then your answer will be 2 to the power 81. Now, I hope you got this, Kevin, everyone. Now with that, let's move towards the next question for the day. I hope this was the next question. And I hope this was there at least. With that, when I solve this, what does it say? A bag contains 4 red. Okay, so there are 4 red 6 yellow and 5 blue balls. Great. And how many ways can we select 8 balls? So I need to have 8 balls total. I need to have 8 balls total, such that we get at least 2 balls of each color. So I hope this is basically a question where you create cases. So if you are able to create cases, I think the job will be done. So I hope the choices are clear. First of all, 2, 2, 2 from each will be taken. So I think you will start creating cases. So let's say I take 2 yellow, 2 blue. So I need to form 8 balls total. So I hope one case will be here 4 to 2. So corresponding to this 3 chances or 3 cases will be there. If I take 2 red, 4 yellow or 2 blue, then also it is 8. Or if I take 2 red, 2 yellow or 4 blue, then also it is 8. So what I have done in this case is I have taken 2 from any of these colors, either red or yellow or blue. But what is the other case? Sir, 2 to 2 you take, 2, 2, 2 you take, but this time instead of taking now remaining 2 balls, because the sum should be 8, remaining 2 from any 2, let's take 1, 1 from any of these 2. So I hope you're getting that configuration. That configuration is 3 red, 3 yellow and 2 blue, or 3 red, 2 yellow or 3 blue, or 2 red, 3 yellow and 3 blue. I hope you're getting it. With that, you simply need to, I hope there will be no other cases apart from that. And with that, it's simply a matter of calculation. It's simply a matter of calculation. I hope you are understanding it. Sir, and A1 plus B2 is divided by A2 plus B1 in this condition. I think A1 plus B2 could have been, I'm not aware of this, A1 plus B2. Let me receive that question in a correct form. If I do receive it, I'll get that question also discussed. Kevin, I hope that's okay. So here, any trick to solve this type of question? I think the simple case you can create. I think otherwise, how will you do it? So with that, all you do is, I hope from 4 red 4, this will be what? 4C4 into 6C2 into 5C2. Or this is how you create the cases, which means what? The next case will be 4C2, 6C4 and 5C2, or and so on. So this is how you create the cases 4C2, 6C2, 5C4 and so on. I hope you're getting it. The other cases or the other method to do this question is could be this. Let me discuss that approach as well. That let's say I hope you're understanding how will I create the other remaining cases. I hope you're comfortably understanding this. The other case will be 4C2, 6C2, 5C4 plus 4C3, 6C3, 5C2 plus 4C3, 6C2, 5C3 plus 4C2, 6C3, 5C3. I hope you'll do that. But otherwise, let's say if I were to use, give me a moment, students. If let's say I were to use some other approach, the other approach could have been like this. Let's say instead of this, you don't want to do this. What is the other method? First of all, minimum 2 should be there. So let's say I take 2 red, 2 yellow and 5 blue. So out of 4 red, they are identical. If nothing is mentioned, I'll take them to be distinct. So out of 4 red, 2 red can be chosen in 4C2 ways. Out of 6 yellow, 2 can be chosen in 6C2 ways. And out of 5 blue, 2 balls can be chosen in 5C2 ways. Now, there are 2 choices. What are 2 choices? Now, the sum should be 8. The sum is already 6, 2, 2, 2. Now, what are choices I have? Out of these 3, either red, yellow or blue, I take any color, let's say red or yellow or blue. So that can be done in 3C1 ways. I hope you're understanding it. But now again it depends. Let's say if I have taken this one, so out of this I am left with 2 balls, so 2C2, then again it will create those cases. So instead of doing all of this, I think again it will also get exhausted a lot, and with that I'll say this method is even better. And with that, of course, the final answer will be 4100, as a lot of students are responding. That's brilliant. That's good. Kevin, I'll definitely get it discussed. Don't worry about that. With that, let us hand it over to, let's say, Sumit sir, because he must now be ready. So I am ending, and now I hope he must be joining. Great. So I'm ending. Sumit sir will be there in front of you in a while.
इसको मिनिमाइज कर दो एक बार ऊपर से, इसको मिनिमाइज कर दो एक बार ऊपर से. Okay, I hope I'm audible to you all. Now, let us see this simple question on dimensions. G is there, H is there, C is there. C is the speed of light, G is gravitational constant, and H is the Planck's constant. Now, how to relate? One thing is, one by one you can put the dimensions, you can solve. Another thing is, I can relate, like I know energy, I'm just relating dimensionally, okay? G m divided by R. So G is energy, G m square, okay? M1 m2 divided by R. G dimension is same as energy into R divided by mass square. Similarly, energy is hc by lambda. So H dimension is energy lambda divided by C. Put it root of G is energy R divided by mass square into H is energy lambda divided by C into 1 by C to the power 5. Okay, from here energy will come out, root, R is there, lambda is there, so length will come out, length, okay, energy came out, length came out. Then we are having mass square, mass will come out, okay, this mass will come out, and then this is C to the power 6, so C cube will come out, C cube will come out like this. Now write the dimensions of each quantity. You know all these quantities. Length is L, energy is M, L2T minus 2 divided by mass M, and this is a C cube. So speed of light cube. So L3T minus 3. LT minus 1 cube, okay, like that. So here M to the power is coming out to be 0. M to the power is 0. What is L to the power? L to the power is also getting cancelled. L to the power is also 0. Then what is T? T to the power 1. M0, L0, T1. Second option we are getting. This was in match the column type question, sir. Anime is mentioning. Thank you for telling that. So one student told us that this question was actually in match the column. Okay, so maybe in match the column, then I think some other dimensions will also be there in that question. Okay, if you remember, you can mention that. Okay, next question from rotation, rolling motion. We are having a question. A rigid body rolls without slipping up a rough inclined plane with the initial speed v. It rises to maximum vertical height h. What is h? Okay, so from here a body is rolling, it was moving with velocity v. Okay, when it will rise till here, let us take, okay, here it stops. Let us take here this height is h. So I will say initial kinetic energy is equals to final potential energy. This is what is happening. What is the initial kinetic energy? K initial is my potential final. What is initial kinetic energy? When I write kinetic energy, I have to take translational and rotational both. So half m v square plus half ICM, okay, half ICM omega square. This is how we will write, and is equals to m into g into h. M half, okay, 2 will go there then like this. So v square plus here m will become ICM by mr square into v square, okay, because v is equals to r omega, therefore I am writing it like this. This is my 2gh. From here I can take v square as common, and this equation will become like, you know, v square into 1 plus ICM divided by mr square divided by 2g. Here this becomes my h. This becomes my h. Now equate h with 7v square by 10g. Equate it with 7v square by 10g. If I equate this with this, okay, what it will become? 1 plus ICM divided by r square divided by mr square will become what? 7 by 5, isn't it? 7 by 5 it will become. It means ICM divided by mr square is equal to 2 by 5. It means ICM is equals to 2 by 5 mr square. Which body is having ICM as 2 by 5 mr square? Can you please mention me in the comments? Which body is having ICM is equals to 2 by 5 mr square? Solid sphere. 30-degree inclined. Okay, one student is mentioning that in the question the inclined angle was given to us as 30-degree. Even if it is 30-degree, here the height is asked, okay, that is independent of that. Sir, ye any guidance for tomorrow exam morning shift? Shubham Kumar Mishra. So beta, you prepare the topics that are asked till now. You have the questions? You have downloaded the questions, memory based questions from our WhatsApp channel. Prepare those topics very nicely. Solve these questions once again. Solid sphere. Yeah, solid sphere is the answer. Now let us move to the next questions on chemistry, I think. Okay, so Gaurav sir, it's over to you.
Any guidance tomorrow exam morning shift? Beta, guidance is always to perform the revision. Okay, chalo. So let's start. I have few more questions for you. Sir, tomorrow evening shift, please give any guidance. That's what I'm telling, beta. Just go through these questions will be helping you like anything. Helping you like anything. You will gain confidence also, and you will gain the approach, the method also, how to approach and go about the questions. So we have done this one. Now moving to the next question. The basic question is from amines. The question says benzamide on reaction with Br2. The same question, the similar logic we had in the morning shift also. So benzamide is benzene and a benzylic carbon. This benzylic carbon has to be made an amide. So remember, in the first shift there was one more carbon, and it was asking whether it is aromatic or aliphatic amine. Now this is benzamide, and on Hofmann bromamide degradation, which is by use of this reagent, this carbonyl group will be removed, and you will be getting, now this is an aromatic 1 degree amine, so definitely it is benzamine, or I mean aniline or benzene 1 amine. So obviously it is a correct statement. Statement 2 says on nitration of aniline, meta product is formed more than its orthoan. Yes, I mean meta is not produced in a larger percentage, but yes, because nitration is done by concentrated HNO3 and concentrated H2SO4, or even you take HNO3 itself only, because aniline is a highly activating group, but ultimately it is a base also. And as nitric acid is an acid, so what aniline acts as an do with that acid, it forms the anilinium ion, and anilinium ion is electron withdrawing, highly electron withdrawing. An electron withdrawing group induces the electron withdrawing group will withdraw the electron density, and because it will withdraw the electron density, therefore it becomes a meta substituted product, it becomes a meta substituted reactant as well. But NCERT tells you that still, I am not saying, still ortho and para isomer is produced, still ortho and para isomer is produced, but meta isomer is substantially created, but it is somewhere around 47%. If you just check the ortho isomer, which is also involved with intramolecular hydrogen bonding, this is actually obtained in 51%. So meta is substantially produced. Why meta is substantially produced? Because this aniline will also react with H plus from acid and forms anilinium ion, which is not electron donating. This NH3 plus is actually electron withdrawing also, and hence make the ring more susceptible towards the meta substitution. Yes, but it's a ready, perfect. So 47 meta, para is 51%, and this is a basic NCERT fact, and this beautiful NCERT fact they have used, that it is saying it is more. No, it is not more, but yes, it is substantially created. So definitely, because it is saying it is more, hence it is incorrect. So this is definitely incorrect, and first is correct. So first statement is correct and second is incorrect. So option 2 is your right answer. Perfect. But a very beautiful NCERT logic they have used. Moving to the next question from chemical equilibrium, rather a very simple one. Because let's say initially you have this 1 mole, so initially nothing is formed, you just have to do the total pressure and the dissociation constant alpha. So let's say this is 1 minus alpha, you just take this as 1 with respect to 2, 1 is created, so 1 will create half, so alpha will create alpha by 2, this is also alpha by 2, so you just check the total moles at equilibrium is nothing but 1. So applying Dalton's law in order to calculate equilibrium constant in terms of partial pressure, so this will be equal to partial pressure of A2 into partial pressure of B2 upon partial pressure of the reactant, which is AB, but squared because it's stoichiometry squared. Now, what is partial pressures? Are mole fraction. So mole fraction, because total moles is just 1 at equilibrium. So again, no worries. So this is mole fraction, alpha by 2, total pressure is 1. So alpha by 2 into total pressure is 1 raised to the power 1, but both will have, A2 and B2 will have same pressure because moles are same, so it will be squared upon, in the denominator I have 1 minus alpha upon 1 into pressure. Total pressure is, why I'm not writing total pressure? Let me write it for you. Even if you write this over here and this over here, because both this is same, so it is squared, this is already squared, so this P and P will anyway will be cancelled. So what is our answer? In the numerator you have alpha square, then this 2 becomes 4, and the denominator will have 1 minus alpha whole squared. So where you find this option? Option 1. I mean, a very attemptable question. Yes. Wide gaming, perfect. A very doable question, a very basic question from equilibrium. Next question says, which compound have total molecular mass 72? 72? If you just check pentane, what is the mass of pentane, sir? C5, H12. So 12 into 5 is 60. 60 plus 12 is 72. Are all isomers? Yes. So this is pentane, 5 carbons. So this is butane. And 2,2-dimethyl butane. So 2 obviously now, because you should have 5 carbon, then only you will have that 72 molecular mass. So its molecular mass will not be 72. So I can either take that one. What about this? This is propane. Yes, it is having 5 carbon. So it is cancelled because it is not having same molecular mass. 5 carbon. Okay, it is cyclopropane. But cyclopropane will also have not, because it will rather have unsaturation, so its molecular mass will not be same. So no, because molecular mass is not same, so this is also gone. This is butane and a 2-methyl. So this is butane and a 2-methyl. Yes, they are isomers having molecular mass this, so I have to compare between them. Now the second part says it should have 3 primary carbon, just the basic question. So let us check. This is a 1 degree carbon. Yes. This is a 1 degree carbon. Yes. But it is 2 degree. It is 2 degree and it is 2 degree. So it is just having how many 1 degree carbons? 2. What about this guy? Sir, this is 1 degree. Sir, this is 1 degree and this is 1 degree. What about this one? This is simply 2 degree. This is simply 3 degree, because I'm having 3 1 degrees. Therefore, a very easy and attemptable question. I hope everybody got that. It is not 2 is not butane. It's propane. Okay. 2 is not butane. Beta, even it is propane. Let's say you are saying it is not butane, it is propane. Even it is propane. I mean, we are comparing your memory based. So even if you have this doubt. So even if it is propane, so 2 comma 2 will be this. Now it will be an isomer. But in this case also, beta, it will be having 4 1 degree carbons. And question is asking you to have 3. So because it is having 4, so obviously not an answer. Hai na? Chalo. So let's see what else we have for you. Okay. So Deepen sir is ready.
All right, students. So we are back with our mathematics discussion. So these are the questions we are going to solve. Again, I'll say simply doable, absolutely doable questions. Yes. So I'll say the shift was easy. What does it say? A1, A2, A3, A49 are 49 AMs between 49 and 149. You have done such questions earlier. So here there is 49, then you have A1, then you have A2, and so on until what? A49, and then you have 149. So these are terms. I hope no confusion on that. I hope you can clearly see these are how many terms? 49, 50, 51. So there are total 51 terms. Now pay attention to this. If there are total 51 terms, so they all are going to be in AP because these are 49 AMs inserted between these two terms. So it is going to form an AP. With that, can I not say that 149 is going to be 49 plus n minus 1. I hope you can see there are how many terms? 49 plus 2, that is 51. 51 minus 1, n minus 1, that is 50. D. Any confusion on that? So 149 minus 49, 100. 100 by 50 is 2. So with that, the common difference of this AP is going to be 2. Now, is it even a question? Is it even a question? Now, from here, what will you say? You will say A1, A25, A20, A47, and 49. You work it out and you figure out. So it is 59 and not 59. Okay, I understood that, Satvik. Thank you so much for that correction. Even if it is 59, 159, then also not much changes. With that also, D will be 100 hopefully, because it will still be 100. 100 by 50, that still be 2. And with that, the data doesn't change much. But of course, these values will change. I hope you are okay with that. But since I have received this data, let me work on this. So here, when I begin with this data, I hope A1 you already know. A1 will be what? 49 plus 2, that is 50. Now you need to work upon A25. A25 will be what? 49 plus, I hope you're understanding, 825 is actually the 26th term here. So it will be 49 plus 25D. I hope no confusion on that. Plus, I hope you're understanding what I'm doing here. Then plus what I'm going to take next, A47. A47 is the 48th term. I hope you're understanding it. So that will be again A plus n minus 1d. So 48 minus 1, that is 47 into 2, plus the last term, which is A49. A49 is the 50th term. I hope you're getting it. So with this plus, what I'll do is A, which is 49, plus n minus 1, that is what? 40, this is 50th term. So 50th term, which means 49 into 2, that's D. So these are your 4 terms, whole divided by 4, because their arithmetic mean is needed to be found. And I hope you'll do it by yourself, all the participants, everybody. I hope there is no confusion on that, whatever I've done from here. Great. From here, when I go ahead with this conclusion, I hope you'll work it out. You will definitely find this conclusion or the answer by yourself, all the participants. Now, when I move ahead with the next question, what do we see? This is a question. Just give me a confirmation. If the distance of a point from the image of this point in this line. So first of all, let's find the image of this in this line. So I hope you're understanding 1 comma 2 comma 7 is the point given to you, and in this line there is an image of it, image of this. Okay, no worries with that, Kevin. Again, if we have gotten the wrong data, then also the approach, you must have understood that, right? And we are here to tell the students about the kind of questions that are appearing. Maybe numerically they may change because it is the memory-based paper. So I totally understand that, Kevin, but I'm glad that you're correcting them. And please do tell if we commit any huge error in terms of data or calculation or the kind of question or that type of question they have asked. Definitely, that's good, Kevin, that you're correcting. Now here, when I move ahead with this, parametrically, if I take any point on this line, what will I do? I hope you're understanding. I'll define it as here, any point parametrically on this line will be defined as lambda, then lambda plus 1, then you will have 2 lambda plus 2. Getting it, everyone? All the participants, that's your point. Now from here, I hope you are clearly seeing that this direction ratio is going to be what? I hope you're understanding the direction ratio will be lambda minus 1. I hope there is no confusion here. The direction ratio of this line here will be lambda minus 1 comma lambda plus 2 minus 2. That is lambda minus 2. And there the next term is 2 lambda plus 2 minus 7. That is 2 lambda minus 5. Correct me if I'm wrong. Everybody got this data? Now we know that this line and this line are perpendicular, which means this direction ratio into this direction ratio will be 0. So A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. So lambda minus 1 into 1, that is lambda minus 1 plus lambda minus 2 into 1, that is lambda minus 2 plus 2 into 2 lambda minus 5, that is 4 lambda minus 10. This sum should be 0. With that, what do I have? 6 lambda I'm having on the left hand side, and there I'm having minus 12. Okay, so bad data. So minus 2 minus 1 minus 13, it is giving me lambda as 13 by 6. Just give me an update, students. Was it the data or was it something else? Because with that 13 by 6 will create some problem. I was hoping that it will become 12 by 6, that makes it 2, so that we could have gotten the value. The second dr, sir, I think dr is lambda minus 1. Which one? Yes, lambda minus 1. Okay, thank you so much for that correction. I think the next one will be lambda plus 2. Okay, yes. I made a mistake here. So it should be lambda minus 1. Thank you so much for that correction. So it should be lambda minus 1. With that, there will be a slight change in the calculation here. What will it be? Lambda minus 1, lambda minus 1. So it will be 2 lambda minus 2, because this multiplied with this multiplied with this, and there you have 4 lambda minus 10. I hope you are okay with that. 6 lambda is 12. So lambda will be 2 from here. I hope you are going great. So lambda, if we have cracked as 2, this point will be 2. 3, 2 into 2, 4 plus 2 is 6. So this point we have received. So if this is the midpoint of this, because its mirror image is what we are interested in, double of this minus this will be this. Everybody with me on this? Thank you so much for that correction. Anushka, Robot, Manda, everyone. Thank you so much for that correction. Great, great, Vedant. Thank you, Vedant. That's good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now with that, if I move ahead with this, 2, double of 2 is 4, 4 minus 1 is 3, 6 minus 2 is 4, and 12 minus 7, that I think is 5. So 3, 4, 5 will be the point or the mirror image of 1 comma 2 comma 7. Now we are told that the distance of this point from this point is 4. Okay, so 3 minus a whole square plus 4 minus 2 whole square plus 5 minus 5 whole square. This distance is given as 4, so this should be 16. Everyone give me a quick information. So it will be a square, then it will be minus 6a. I hope you are getting it clearly. It will be minus 6a plus 9 plus 4 minus 16 is equal to 0. Correct me if I'm wrong. A square minus 6a plus 9 plus 4 minus 16. So what are we asked? It has two values, let's say a1 and a2. So sum of the roots will be what? Minus b upon a. So your answer will be 6 from here. Everybody understood that? Everybody? The answer will be 6. Sum of the roots they are asking you, all possible values. So sum of the roots is minus b upon a. So answer will be 6. Everybody got this? Now from here, let's talk about this question. Again, another question from sequence and series. How do we solve this one? The value of summation r upon 4 plus r to the power 4. Again, I'll say, I have been constantly telling you in every single shift, we have revised these formulae. When we did the complete mathematics formula revision session, we made you revise this formula. Do you not remember that? I hope some of you might be able to recall that m to the power 4 plus m square plus 1, if you are given something like that, you do some arrangement. That's exactly what I'm suggesting you to do here. What do I mean by that? Let's pay attention on that here. This summation is there. I'll talk about that later. Let me work on this expression r divided by r to the power 4 plus 4. So from r to the power 4, if I add 2r square, so I hope you are okay with this if I subtract 2r square here. Now this becomes that only m to the power 4 plus 2m square plus something. I hope you do remember that. That identity we have discussed in that revision marathon session, and with that only I'll be converting it into the telescoping sum or VN method. So there is always a question on telescoping sum or the VN method. Great, great. That's good, students. Keep responding. Keep responding. With that, what I'll say next is, or what I'll do next is, I hope you are clearly understanding this result here. That if I now write this, I hope you are clearly getting this. This is your a square plus b square plus 2ab. Okay, so this is 4, right? And I have subtracted 2r square. So this will be a square. This will be 2ab. So 2 into r square into ab. So I think there should be a small correction here in this question, because it is r to the power 4 plus 2r square minus 2r square I have done plus 4, right? Can I do 4r square? Because this is creating some problem. Because of this 4, it is not getting adjusted. So can I do 4r square? Let me do this. I hope you're understanding. 4r square, then you have this plus 4. So I'm having this 4 and I'm subtracting 4r square. I hope you're understanding this. Why am I doing this? Because now it becomes a perfect square. I hope you're getting it. So with that, this is r in the numerator. In the denominator, you have a square. I hope you're getting it. This r to the power 4, I can replace by r square square. Now you might see it clearly. Then this is 4, which 4 I'm writing as, this 4 I'm writing as 2 into r square. And this 4 I'm writing as 2 square. Now I hope you're understanding a square plus b square plus 2ab. Everyone is with me on this. So a plus b whole square. Great, great, great. Keep participating and keep reacting. So with that, it will be a plus b whole square. And there you have 4r square. Can I not write that as 2r whole square? Everyone comfortable with this transformation which I'm doing? Yes, completing b square. But the right substitution is needed to be made there so that you can factorize it and you can apply the telescoping sum or the VN method. With that, now if I do this, it is a square minus b square. So I can write it as a plus b into a minus b. So denominator looks like a plus b. So it will be r square plus 2r plus 2. R square plus 2r plus 2, and the other factor will be a minus b. It will be r square minus 2r plus 2. Now just check whether the difference of these two is r or not. I hope it will be, and if it is not r, we'll adjust it accordingly. So this minus this, if I do in the numerator, so r square plus 2r plus 2 minus r square minus 2r plus 2 if I do. So I hope you can clearly see r square are cancelled, 2 and 2 are cancelled, but 2r minus minus 2r is 4r. But what did we have numerator? Numerator was r. So if it is 4r, all I got to do is I got to divide it by 4 to make that adjustment. With that, what do I have here? I have summation where r is from 1 to 10. Now the job is simply apply telescoping sum or the VN method. That's good, students. A lot of students have started writing the answer. That's brilliant question. Thank you so much for that answer. I hope understanding this upon this will be, I hope understanding this upon this will be this getting cancelled, this, and this upon whole of this will be this get cancelled in this. So I have 1 by 4 outside. I'm not interested much in that right now. Summation of this upon this gets cancelled. So this is 1 upon r square minus 2r plus 2 minus this and this are cancelled. So this is 1 upon r square plus 2r plus 2. Everyone comfortably understanding whatever I'm doing here at this stage, all the participants. Now it's simply a matter of, I am really sorry. Now it's simply a matter of expanding it and applying the telescoping sum. I'll simply show you what are we going to do. R is from 1 to 10. So we are starting to apply certain values of R. So 1 by 4 still stays outside. Now, when I try R is 1. So 1 minus 2 plus 2, that becomes 0. So first term will be 1 by 1. I'm writing it deliberately as 1 by 1. Then when I try 1 here, 2 plus 1, that is 5. So it makes you, or it gives you 1 by 5 plus. When I try R as 2, it is 4 minus 4, that is 0. So it will be 1 by 2. And here, when I try R as 2 here, it is 2 square 4 plus 4, 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. Correct me if I'm wrong in terms of data. So this is how it is going. Now, I'm still not seeing any term getting cancelled. But don't lose hopes. You might start seeing something happening over here. Let's try R as 3 because sometimes it takes 2 terms to start seeing that cancellation here. So when I try R as 3, 9 minus 6. 9 minus 6 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. So I have gotten that 5. So I have gotten that 5 and now I'll start seeing that calculation here. Sir, we should take a drop. Yes, you can if you think that you will be in a better position if you do so. So R will write 3 here. 9 plus 6, that is 15, plus 2 is 17. So with that, when you try these values, now you will start seeing the pattern. And the final value of R, which you try as 10, you will write the final values as well, which you try as 10. It will be 1 by 10 square, 100 minus 20, that is 80 plus 2, that is 1 by 82. I hope no confusion on that. Minus 10, 100 plus 20, 120, that is 122. So this will give you 122. So now when you start seeing the pattern, I hope you'll start seeing the cancellation part as well, because now the cancellation is happening in this manner. Pay attention to this part. The second term here is cancelling the first term here. I hope you are seeing the relation. I hope this was your first term, second term, and third term. So I hope you're understanding. The second term here is cancelling this first term. So of course, what will happen now is that this will also be cancelling some other term. And that's how you'll start seeing the pattern. That's how you'll start things getting cancelled. And ultimately, I hope you're understanding. This first term from here will get cancelled before some terms. But there you got to have the second last term as well to see the final cancellation part. And with that, you will finally write the summation, which is easy. Yes, some of the students have responded. The answer could possibly be 4565 divided by 12321. I haven't calculated it, but yes, some of the students are saying so. So it could be the value. Everybody got this. Everybody understood this. So with that, let me invite either Sumit sir or Gaurav sir, whoever is available, so that we can move ahead with that. Great. So here we are. Okay, so let me ask whoever is ready so that we can ask them to join the meet. I haven't received any response yet, so I think we are going great. All the participants, just give me a quick response. How was your paper?
Sorry. Arey, oh. So let us see, this we had done on escape velocity. Yeah, now we need to solve this question. This is you can say standard graph type of question that many times NT asks from motion in a straight line. Velocity versus time graph is given to us. Find magnitude of acceleration of the particle at t is equal to 5 seconds. Now Vt curve is given, you need to find acceleration. What is acceleration? Acceleration is slope of the velocity time curve. Okay, acceleration is slope of Vt curve, just because we know A is equal to dV by dt, that is the slope. Where we need the slope? At t is equal to 5, here is t is equal to 5. Now this is a straight line. What is the slope of this straight line? Tan of this angle. So slope, if I say, that will come out to be u0 divided by 20. Okay, this becomes my acceleration. Easy. u0 divided by 20. Sir, it is easy or moderate shift? Till now I feel physics is very easy. 8 Hg drops coalesce to form new drop. Ratio of final surface energy of drop to initial surface energy of 8 drops is. Surface energy, third question I am seeing on surface energy, direct question. So now 8 drops we are having. Radius, let us take is r. They are coalescing to form one single bigger drop of radius r. Volume will remain conserved. 8 into 4 by 3 pi r cube is equals to 4 by 3 pi capital R cube. From there I got capital R to be twice of the initial radius. That is clear. Now if I write the initial surface energy will be equal to, now this is a drop. Drop only have single surface, 4 pi r square into the surface tension into the number of drops 8. This is the initial surface energy. Now if I write the final surface energy will be this, that is 4 pi into capital R square, so twice of R, into the surface tension. Ratio of final surface energy of drop to total initial surface energy of 8 drops. So I need E final divided by E initial. E final comes out to be here 2 square, that is 4, divided by, it is 8. Okay, this comes out to be 1 by 2. 1 divided by 2, this is 2 square, 4, and this is 8. So this will come out to be 1 by 2, that is option third. 1 by 2, yes. Sir, previous question, options wrong. They asked total distance and average velocity. Okay, thank you for telling. One student is mentioning, in this question, what was asked? Total distance and average velocity. So how will you find the total distance? This area plus this area will be total distance. Average velocity is displacement by time. Here displacement will come out to be 0, average velocity will come out to be 0. Thank you for telling that. Thank you for telling that. Next question on current electricity. Yeah, I considered your question now. In the circuit below, find voltage across capacitor in steady state. So this is a circuit. Here this 2 volt battery I am having, 2 volt battery like this. At steady state, capacitor will behave like open circuit. No current will go through here. It means here the current will be 0. If this current is going like this I, so I current will pass like this. What is that current I? I is equals to the total potential 2 volt divided by, in this loop, what is the total resistance? 6 plus 2, 8. Current comes out to be 1 by 4 ampere. If current is 1 by 4 ampere, what will be the potential across these two terminals? If I ask you, across these two terminals, how much will be the potential? Let us take, this is A, this is B. What is VAB? VAB is equal to IR. So that is 1 by 4 into 2. Okay. How much is that? How much is that? This is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 volts. Across this 1 by 2 volt, across this also 1 by 2 volt. Is there any drop across this 4 ohm? No. Current is 0 here. So no drop across this. So I will say across this capacitor is also, it is 1 by 2 volt. So that is 1 by 2 volt, that is 0.5 volt. Clear? Okay, so these 3 questions were there in physics. Sir, please believe me, all questions are not correct. Aryan is saying, yes Aryan, I can understand all the questions here we are receiving are memory based questions. They are not 100% correct. Some data will be missing, some things, some data will be different, okay, as compared to the original question. Some things which were asked in original question might be different here. We can understand. These are memory based questions. We totally understand that. Okay, so don't think like everything has to be same, but yes, conceptually we think the questions are same. and they should be same because they are mentioned by the students. Now Gaurav sir will be there with us. Yeah, I have tomorrow exam. What are the last minute topics I have to do? Just see which topics are being asked now. Okay, prepare those topics, download the PDFs.
Yes, guys. So Anushka is saying, sir, bless me. Sir, I have exam tomorrow, shift 1. So, Anushka, beta, all the very best. God bless you with all the positive energy that you can inculcate inside you, which the universe can give you. Because, yes, if you have worked hard, then definitely you are going to get it productive tomorrow. So, all the very best. I have tomorrow exam. What are the last minute topics I have to do? Beta, there is, the paper that we are discussing over here is definitely giving you all the last minute actual topic which you should be focused and having your complete attention on, because yes, definitely these are the areas from which NTA is finding probable questions. So you should obviously try and attempt these questions. I mean logic around these questions. Ishwar is saying, sir, 65 attempt करके आया हूँ बेटा, perfect. If your accuracy is proportionally correct and optimum, then obviously you will be getting good answer. I mean good percentile. है ना? चलो बेटा. So let's start. We have few questions of chemistry with us. I guess we have discussed till here. Okay. So let me just, okay. So I have few questions for you. The first question is a basic question from practical organic chemistry or your basic hydrocarbon facts. The question says RMGX as in Grignard reagent reacts with water. Sir, if Grignard reagent reacts with any species which has slightest capability to give hydrogen, then obviously this R minus will take that minimum amount of H also and will directly form RH. And we know alkane is having just least van der Waals forces of attraction, so this will be the gas. So this is the gas evolved, and the volume of the gas at STP is given, but the way it is given is interesting. 1 gram of the gas has a volume of 1.4 decimeter cube, as in 1.4 liters. So sir, 1.4 liter of the volume is occupied by 1 gram of gas at STP. So 22.4 will occupy will be occupied by 1 mole, and mass of 1 mole will be the molar mass. So this is how with the unitary method you can calculate the molar mass. So 22.4 liter will having what weight, sir? 1 upon 1.4 into 22.4. So I guess if you just solve it, the weight will be 16 grams. Obviously, which alkane has molar mass 16, that means this alkane is nothing but methane. Now, the question says the gas reacts with sodium. Array, sir. Now, the gas reacts with sodium in presence of dry ether to form Y. So ultimately, methane, sir, methane is the gas and methane do not, yes, methyl halide rather reacts with. So there must be a case with where they mean that this gas is the halide of this gas. I mean, you should just take this as a fact that the statement must be the halide of this gas must be reacting with sodium in dry ether. So when methyl halide reacts with sodium in dry ether, sir, this let us make it an halide. So let's say it is methyl halide. So once this reacts with sodium, this is classic Wood's reaction. So what is the product that we obtain after Wood's reaction? So it will be ethane. So let's say this next compound is termed as Y. Now we have to find molar mass of X and Y. So X is this RMGX. So this X will definitely be the halogen. See, it is using halogen, so you can predict that alkyl halide. So there must be some halogen and forming that alkane, that higher alkane Y. So, okay, you have to give the molecular mass also. So for ethane, sir, 12 2 ja 24, 24 plus 6 is 30. That means, okay, so you only have one option which is Y has 30. So obviously this halogen can be anything. It can be chlorine also, bromine also, iodine also. But because only one option we are having corresponding to molecular mass 30, so obviously this will be your answer. So this question I have in my Jan shift. Okay, black mystery. How black mystery papers was quite doable today, quite attemptable. So this is the question from hydrocarbon, or yes, hydrocarbon you can definitely say, but stoichiometry was also used. Next question is classic question from GOC, the order of acidic strength in the following compound. Now first is phenol. So this is phenol. Obviously we know it forms phenoxide ion. So phenoxide ion is resonance stabilized. So this will be a good acid. But if I substitute this phenol with a nitro group at the para position, sir, it will be electron withdrawing group, and electron withdrawing group increases acidic nature. This is ethanol. So ethanol, sir, is simply aliphatic alcohol. Aliphatic alcohol is the weakest alcohol. It is even weaker than water. And last is again an alcohol, aromatic alcohol, but at the para position it is substituted with OCH3. That means a plus R group, and a plus R group as an electron donating group decreases acidic nature. So this will be the strongest acid. So B will be strongest. So this is gone. B is strongest. After that, that is weakening the acidic nature. So phenol is better. So after that, A is better. So after the B, A is better. And after that you will be having, because although it is weakened but still it is a aromatic alcohol, and hence the phenoxide ion will be resonance stabilized. So after that phenol will be coming, the ortho, the methoxy substituted phenol. So after that you will be having D. It is saying C, so it is incorrect. Option A is your right answer. No Dubey option, no option 4, no cricketer, Sorish, no. In WhatsApp channel, what WhatsApp channel beta? Option D, no. How was the exam shift beta? We are explaining. Dubey, I hope everybody got the answer. Answer is option 1. I hope everybody is with me now. If you have any doubts, you can please put that. 4. Reddy is also saying 4. Reddy, I hope we are clear now. Yeah, perfect. Verma. Okay. So moving to the next one. I hope everybody is clear with the concept. Sir, where should I get my part of memory based questions of today's both shift? Beta, in the live section of PWJ English, you will be having the first session in the live section, and this, after the session is completely over, you will be again getting the recording. Okay, Dubey is saying sorry. Beta, no, sorry. I just want you to know the concept. So S Mary, okay. So everybody got the answer. Perfect. Now, aqueous solution of X is now a classical question. If you just go to my 50 questions live, it was very much loved by NT in the January attempt. The similar concept they asked, but there they asked the color, and the color is definitely due to chromium plus 3. Now they are saying that a solution X, a compound X acidified with H2SO4 reacts with SO2. Sir, this is a very famous reaction where potassium dichromate, KMnO4 and K2Cr27 are loved by NTA beta. So if it reacts with SO2, this is an oxidizing agent. It will oxidize sulfur from +4 to +6. This reaction takes place in acidic medium, and obviously you get K2SO4, so all the sulfur is oxidized from +4 to +6 state, but the actual green color is due to the formation of chromium plus 3 ion. Although chromium stays in the form of this salt, so this is 3 and this is rather 2, and this is the green colored solution. So who is the compound who is inducing all this? Potassium dichromate, a classic question. Mera galat ho gaya beta? No, this is a very classic case. Yes, Reddy. Yes, Verma. Sir, today paper, हाँ beta, it was, I mean, whatever questions we have seen are very easy, definitely. Sir, today, yes, very easy. Bomu, perfect. Moving to the next one, classic, a basic question from electrochemistry. Why basic? Because, sir, Nernst equation they always ask. But ultimately, they have not mixed this Nernst equation with equilibrium. So that's why not mixed, so it is easy only. This is oxidation half, this is reduction half. So zinc is getting oxidized to Zn plus 2, giving 2 electrons. Silver plus is taking those electrons and getting reduced as metallic silver. But there is 2 electron transfer, so multiplying 2 over here. This will give us the complete cell reaction. We do not have to write the cell reaction. Why? Because we just need E cell equals E naught cell minus 0.059 upon number of electron transferred is 2 into log of. I just need Q, concentration of product. At the product, what I have, sir, in the product, you only have what ion? Zinc, because pure solid, pure liquid do not impact state of equilibrium. So concentration of Zn plus 2 ion raised to the power 1 upon concentration of Ag plus ion raised to the power 2. Now this is just simple mathematics. E cell is given, E cell value is 1.6. E naught cell we can calculate. E naught, who is cathode? Silver, so E naught cathode minus E naught anode. So minus minus will become plus, so this will be 0.76. So this is 1.56. So 1.56 minus 0.06 upon 2 is 0.03 into log of Zn plus 2 concentration is given to be 1. So 1 upon, so this is Ag plus concentration squared. Why? Because I'm taking inverse. That's why this will be positive. Now, this minus this is a positive value, 0.04 equals 0.03 into log of Ag plus. But I need Ag plus concentration. So this power will be multiplied here. So this is 0.02. So this is simply 2 by 3, I guess. Log of, okay, you just have to give the log value only. So log of Ag plus is 2 by 3. Answer is 2 by 3. Simple. Point is gone. So this is simple, 2 by 3. I hope everybody got the answer. Yeah, perfect, perfect. Moving to, okay, these are the questions I was having. So let's see what else we have for you. Okay, Deepen sir is ready. So, okay, over to mathematics, over to Deepen sir.
Okay, students, so here we are with another set of questions we have received. Let me start discussing them one by one. Here we'll begin with this question. Again, this is again a very silly question based on sequence and series. So third question from sequence and series now. What are we given? Alpha, beta are roots of this. Gamma, delta are roots of this quadratic. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta are forming a GP. So if alpha, beta, gamma, delta are forming a GP, can I say alpha, beta, gamma, delta, alpha, alpha r square, alpha r cube? Now, we are having this equation has roots alpha and beta. So sum of the roots alpha plus beta. Beta is alpha r. So alpha plus alpha r will be 4. Similarly, from here, let me just shift it a little here. Give me a moment, students. Here. Now, what I'm saying next is that here, gamma plus delta, that is alpha square plus alpha r cube. So alpha r square plus alpha r cube is given as sum of the roots, which will be minus of minus 1 minus b upon everyone listening and understanding that. Now, from here, what I do next is, this alpha r if I take common, or rather r square I take common, so it will be alpha plus alpha r. I hope you're understanding it. So from this, if I divide this, I hope you're understanding, alpha plus alpha r are cancelled. You're left with r square as 1 by 4. So if r square is 1 by 4, r will be plus minus 1 by 2, but we are told it is having positive common ratio. So r will be plus 1 by 2. Yes, yes. All the very best, everyone. Now from here, what am I now given or asked? I am asked the value of p plus q. Now what is p and what is q? So p is product of the roots of this quadratic, q is the product of the roots of this quadratic. So p will be alpha into alpha r and q will be alpha r square into alpha r cube. I hope you're understanding. Alpha into beta, gamma into delta. So p plus q will be, I hope you're understanding, will be alpha square r plus alpha square r to the power 5. With that, if I take alpha square common, it will be r plus r to the power 5. Everybody getting and understanding this? From here, I need to find out alpha. Alpha here. We have cracked r, which is 1 by 2. So alpha plus alpha r, if I take alpha common, it will be 1 by r, which is 4. So if I take r as 1 by 2, which makes it 3 by 2. So alpha times 3 by 2 is 4. So alpha we receive as 8 by 3. Everybody getting this? Alpha we finally receive as 8 by 3. So alpha we have received as 8 by 3. Alpha square will be 64 by 9. R is 1 by 2. R to the power 5 is 1 by 32. With that, with a clear calculation, you will get the final answer. You will not stuck there. Now moving ahead with this, foci of a hyperbola are this and this. So let's say this is S dash for a while. Eccentricity of the hyperbola is satisfied by this equation. 3e square minus 11e plus 6. So 6 into 3 is 18. And 9 into 2 is also 18. So I think I can write this as 3e square minus 9e minus 2e plus 6 is equal to 0, because 9 into 2 is 18 and that is also 18. So with that, e will be minus of minus 9 by 2, that is what? 3. Sorry, minus of minus 9 by 3, that is 3. or other value will be minus of minus 2 by 3, that is 2 by 3. What was it? Hyperbola. So we know for hyperbola eccentricity is greater than 1. So 2 by 3 is less than 1, so it is discarded. So we get value of eccentricity as E. Now I hope you do remember S and S dash. So I hope you remember this is a parabola which has its axis, major axis, parallel to the x-axis, because I hope you're understanding. Sorry, parallel to the y-axis. Pay attention to this part. Its foci are these. I hope you're clearly seeing. One of the foci is 3 comma minus 4 and the other focus is 3 comma 5. So x coordinate is fixed. So its major axis is parallel to the y-axis. So be very careful with that calculation. So this, I hope you understand, 0 comma be usually it is, and it is 0 comma minus b. So the distance between foci here will be 2 be. I hope you're getting it. Distance between foci will be 2 be. 5 and 4, because 3 and 3 are fixed, is going to be 9. Everybody understood that part, all the participants. Now here, 2be, we have E, which is 3. So 2b into 3 will be 9. From here, I'll receive b as 3 into 3, 9. 3 by 2. So we have received b as 3 by 2. Everybody got this. Everybody understood this. Now from here, one more conclusion come into picture, that what are we asked? Then find the latus rectum. So to have the latus rectum, I need A as well. I hope you're getting it. So for this hyperbola, the eccentricity square will be given by 1. I hope you're understanding. It is the conjugate hyperbola because its major axis is the y-axis. I hope you're getting it. So for this, it will be 1 plus b square by square. No, it will be 1 plus a square by a square. Are you getting it? Why? Are you getting it? Why? So with that, e square is 3 square, which is 9. 9 minus 1 is 8. 8 is equals to a square upon b square. B square will be what? 9 by 4. I hope no confusion on that. So 4 into 2. 4 into 2 is 8 and 9 into 2 is 18. So a square we have received as 18. Now the next task. What is the next task? The next task is, sir, finding the length of the latus rectum. So if I am interested in latus rectum, it is usually 2b square by a, but this is the conjugate hyperbola. So it will be 2a square by b. So here the length of latus rectum will be 2a square by b. So here it will be 2, a square is 18. So 2 into 18. And what is the value of b? Sir, b is 3 by 2. So this 3 stays here, 2 goes there. With that, 6 into 2 into 2, that is 24 will be your answer. Everybody understood that? All the participants. Can I move ahead from here? I hope we can go ahead from here. Let's solve the next question. This I think we have already done. With that, when I move ahead, again a very simple, interesting and doable question. How do we solve this? Pay attention to this part. Z1 and Z2 are the roots of this equation. Then you're asked Z1 square plus Z2 square. So if you're saying you're asked alpha square plus beta square, then you're wrong. This is not the standard real quadratic equation. This is the complex quadratic equation. And there, these rules don't apply that alpha square plus beta square could be there. So you got to find Z1 and Z2 first. So to have that, I'll simply apply Sridhar Acharya formula. So how do I do that? Sridhar Acharya formula, if I apply, so Z will be minus B plus minus under root over b square, which is 16 minus 4ac. So 4 is 4, but with this it becomes plus 4, and 12 into 4. This will be plus 4 because this minus makes it plus, minus minus, and 12 into 4 is 48 iota. Everyone with me on this? Divided by 2a. So 16 plus 4 is 20. 16 plus 4 is 20. 16 plus 4 is 20. So what can I take common? Can I take 4 common? So when I take 4 common, I hope apart from 4, 4 will be taken common. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me just check it. Minus b plus minus b square, which was 16, minus 4ac. So 4. 16 plus 4 is 12. And 4 into 12, that is 48. Great. So if I'm taking 4 common, so 4 comes out as 2 out of this under root sign. So this will be minus 2 plus minus. That 2 vanishes. And when you have taken 4 common, it leaves you with 5 plus this is going to be 12 iota. Everyone with me on this? So here I got to take the square root of this complex number. So z is going to be minus 2 plus minus. I hope you do remember the square root of a complex number. We did discuss the short technique for that as well. Do you remember that? So 5 plus 12 iota. If I am working on the square root of it, you just tell me the modulus of it. 25, 144, 169, square root is 13. So I hope you remember the square root of this complex number is given by under root over, I hope you do remember, mod z, which is 13, minus real part of it, which is 5, divided by 2, and then whatever is the sign before iota. So iota has a sign positive, so I'll plus put iota times, sorry, it will be plus under root over mod of z minus real part of z divided by 2. That's the square root of this complex number. Do you remember that? Slow down. What is the formula? The formula is really simple. If you have 5 plus 12 iota, and if you are supposed to take its square root, so its square root with this short technique can directly be found by under root over mod z plus real part of z by 2 plus, why? Because iota has a positive sign. Under root over mod z minus real part of z by 2. We have discussed this formula in our revision marathon sessions as well when we made you revise all the formulae of JEE mathematics. So 13 plus 5 is 18, 18 by 2 is 9, square root of 9 is 3. 13 minus 5 is how much? I think 8. 8 by 2 is 4, square root of 4 is 2. So this will be 3 plus 2 iota. Everybody got this? So this is how you, what if it is 5 minus 12 iota? Then you simply put a minus sign there. Before the imaginary part, you put a minus sign there. Got this level? Everybody with me on this? From here. So minus 2 plus minus 3 plus 2 iota. I'll say take plus ones and then minus ones. That will give me Z1 and Z2. So Z1 gives you what? Z1 gives you plus 3 minus 2. That is 1 plus 2 iota. And if I take minus sign, minus 2 minus 3, that is minus 5 minus 2 iota. I need to take their sum squares, magnitude square sum. So it will be mod Z1 square. So 4 plus 1, that is 5. And here it will be 25 plus 4, that is 29. And I hope I did not tell you, answer will be 34. Everybody understood that option A will be your final answer. That's good, students. That's brilliant, students. Let me solve few more questions if I have received any. So have I received any questions? I think I do have received some questions. Let me take this question as well so that we move ahead further. So here we have one more question here. I think this we have already discussed. I'll remove this and then I'll download this. And after downloading this, we will discuss this. So I think it has gotten downloaded. Let me just check it whether yes, it has gotten downloaded. So let us import this file and discuss this question as well. Again, a simple question, again, a pretty simple question, doable question. Most of you must have done it. F of x, y is approaching 0. Okay, so 1 minus cos xy. I hope you do remember the formula. 1 minus cos 2 theta is of course 2 sine square theta. So I'll be writing it as 2 sine square xy by 2. Everyone comfortable with that? And here I'm having 10 xy. And there in the denominator, I'm having y cube. I hope there's no confusion on that front. Now what I do next is here, I hope you're clearly getting, I'll divide it by, because y is approaching 0, so I need xy by 2 here. So I will divide it by x by 2 whole square. But of course, if I'm doing so, I got to multiply it by xy by 2 whole square. So instead of writing all this, you can simply remove this and introduce this. I hope you're getting it. Because here again, I'll divide it by xy and I will multiply it by xy. So I'll multiply it by xy here again. I hope no confusion on that. So technically, when when y approaches 0, this 0, 0, 0, 0. So this whole vanishes. This whole expression vanishes. This entire expression vanishes. I hope you're not confused with that. And in the denominator, you will be left with y cube. In the denominator, you will be left with y cube. So can I introduce the y cube here? And this 2 is already there, which I'm introducing here. I hope no confusion on that. And I hope most of you are noticing y cube is getting cancelled, 2 is getting cancelled, x square into x gives you x cube. So this f of x is nothing but x cube. Was it not simple? Was it not absolutely doable if you were simply observant enough? So once you have cracked it, I think you can move ahead with this. The number of solutions of f of x is equal to sin x. Correct me if I'm wrong. I hope I haven't. I think I'm making a mistake. I'm making a mistake because there it was xy upon 2 whole square. It was x upon 2 whole square. So 2 was there in the numerator, 2 square. That means 4 will be there in the denominator, 2 by 4. So that gives you x cube by 2. I hope you're getting it. I am making a mistake there. That was 2 by 4 technically. So it will be 1 by 2 here. I hope you got this. So this is what is going to be f of x. F of x is equal to sin x. That means x cube by 2 should be 2 sin x, or rather I'll treat it as this only, x cube by 2 is equals to sin x. Now the number of solutions they are asking you, is it not simple and easy? I hope you do remember, even if I solve it with this method, x cube by 2 will have a graph like this only. X cube by 2 will still have a graph like this only. I hope you know that. Everybody with me? Yes, thank you so much for correcting me out, that Darshan and Devil Gaming. Brilliant. Thank you so much for that correction. Now with that, if I simply draw the graph of sin x, do you not know that this is how you will see the graph of sin x coming into picture? I hope no confusion on that, because yes, x cube will take values where sin x will be in that range. I hope you're getting it. So with that, there will be 3 solutions, 1, 2 and 3. So there will be 3 solutions of this equation. Was it not easy? Was it not simple? Let me now invite Sumit sir. He must be ready with his questions. So let me just check whether he's available so that he gives me a response, and then and then he comes and take it over. By the way, how was your paper, students? Did you enjoy this? Did you enjoy this shift? I think maths was absolutely easy. So I am ending now. Great, great, great.
In physics now with us. Okay, so till now we have seen easier questions in physics, and let us see, I think few more easy questions we will have now with us. This we had discussed. Yeah, from here we have to start. Okay, a particle of mass m moves from height h is equals to 2r above the surface of earth to surface of earth. So this is earth. The particle was at h is equals to 2r above the surface, means from center, if I say the total distance was 3r, yes, and then it moved to the surface of earth here, finally it is r. I need the change in the potential energy. How we write the potential energy? Minus g m1 m2 by r. So we write potential energy as minus g m1 m2 divided by r, divided by the r, small r, the separation between the two. Now for initial condition, this is my initial condition, this is my final condition. If I write u1, that will be equals to minus g mass of earth, mass of particle divided by total distance is 3r. Now u2, that will be minus g m m divided by r. I need change, final minus initial, what is particle of mass m, yeah, above the surface of earth, find change in the potential energy. So u2 minus u1 I have to find, u2 minus u1, what that will be, g m m by r, okay, it will become minus 1 plus 1 by 3, that is minus 2 by 3 g m m by r. First option we are getting. Okay, these questions are memory based questions. Students are coming, they are saying, sir, this was not the exact thing. Yes, we understand this was not the exact thing. If you know the exact thing, you mention in the comments. These are memory based questions. Memory based questions means conceptually it will be the same, but the data will be somewhat here and there. Next question. The magnetic field is like this, okay, with the time it is varying, is passing perpendicularly through a coil of radius 20 centimeter. The resistance is given to us, this is ohm, this is 10 ohm, 10 ohm. Find current through the coil at t is equals to 3. How we will find the current? We will find first the flux. What is that flux? B dot A. The field is perpendicular to that, A means the angle between the area vector and magnetic field vector is 0, so B into pi r square. Now induced EMF minus d phi by dt. I just need the magnitude, by the way, okay, so pi r square is constant, dB by dt. Okay, this is my induced EMF. What will be the current? Current will be induced EMF divided by the resistance. Okay, I am using R for both of them. No, for area let us use small r, and for resistance let us use capital R. So pi small r square, this is pi r square dB by dt, and here this divided by the resistance. So this is pi r square divided by the resistance into dB by dt, and this value we know we need at t is equals to 3. Now put everything. First of all, find dB by dt. This is my B. If I find dB by dt, that will become 4t plus 2. Differentiation of this. Put t is equals to 3. So it will become 3 into 4 is 12 plus 2, that is 14. Clear? Now put that there. Yeah, it's not omega. This is 10 ohm. Now put here pi into r. What is r? R is 20 centimeter. So 0.2 square is 0.04 divided by the resistance, that is 10 into dB by dt, that at t is equals to 3, that is 14. Now from here I will get it as 56. Okay, this will become 56.56 pi divided by 10. 5.6, yeah, into 10 to the power minus 2, yeah, into 10 to the power minus 2. Fourth option is correct. Clear? Okay, great. Simple question on Faraday's law. Next, two concave lens are placed at a separation of 15 centimeter. Find final image of object O. Where the final image of this object O will go? So we will go one by one due to each of the two lenses. Okay, first find the image due to this. That image will behave like object for the second one. Then find the final image of that. Now, use this for this. Let us take this is first lens, this is second lens. For first lens, I am using the lens formula 1 by V minus 1 by U is equals to 1 by F. So 1 by V1 minus 1 by, what is U? U is minus 15 is equals to 1 by F1. What is F1? Minus 10. So 1 by V1 is equal to minus 1 by 15 minus 1 by 10. So this is 30 minus 2 minus 1, 1 by V1. So V1 comes out to be minus 6. Minus 6 means on the left. So here 6 centimeter. Now this will behave like object for this. This is 15. So from here this total distance is 15 plus 6 is 21 centimeter. So this is my V1. This will behave like an object for the second lens. Now use the lens formula for the second lens. So 1 by V2 minus 1 by, what is U? Minus 21. Minus 21 is equals to 1 by F2. F2 is minus 15. So 1 by V2 is equal to minus 1 by 21 minus 1 by 15. So this is V2 comes out to be 15 into 21 divided by 21 plus 15, that is 36, with a negative sign. 3 into 5, 3 into 7, 9 into 4. V2 is minus 35 divided by 4. Minus 35 divided by 4 means towards the left. So from here at a distance of 35 divided by 4. Okay, here this will be my final image. Okay, at a distance of 35 divided by 4 centimeter. Now, is this image real or virtual? It is towards the left, therefore this is virtual. Image is virtual and at a distance of 35 divided by 4 from lens L2. Yeah. Third option. Next, a cell is connected to an external resistance of 5 ohm. This is a cell. Internal resistance are EMF E, and external resistance of 5 ohm. The current in the circuit is found to be 0.25. Here the current is 0.25 ampere. So I will say this current 0.25 comes out to be the EMF E divided by the total resistance, which is 5 plus R. 5 plus R. This is first equation. Then when the external resistance is replaced by 2 ohm, the current becomes 0.5. E R, you are connecting now 2 ohm and this current becomes 0.5 ohm, sorry 0.5 ampere. So 0.5 is equal to E divided by 2 plus R. This is my second equation. What I need? The internal resistance of the cells is, I need internal resistance, I don't need E. I can divide these two equations, divide them. Divide these two equations, 0.5 into 2, E and E. So 1 by 2 comes out to be 2 plus R divided by 5 plus R. I hope there is nothing wrong. 2 plus R, 5 plus R, 1 by 2. So 5 plus R is equal to 4 plus 2R. So from here R comes out to be 1 ohm. Isn't it? R comes out to be 1 ohm. Yes. Second option. Second option. Yes, gamer. Perfect. Next question. A wheel initially at rest is subjected to a uniform angular acceleration about its axis. In the first 2 seconds, it rotates through an angle theta 1, and in the next 2 seconds, it rotates by an angle theta 2. I need the ratio of theta 2 and theta 1. Now, it starts from rest with an angular acceleration, let us take alpha. Now, in first 2 seconds, if you find the displacement, angular displacement, half alpha 2 square. This is the displacement in first 2 seconds, and that is mentioned as theta 1. This is my theta 1. Now in next 2 seconds I want the displacement. So I can find displacement in 4 seconds minus in the first 2 seconds. So half alpha. Total displacement in 4 seconds minus displacement in first 2 seconds. This is my theta 2. Clear? What I need? I need the ratio of theta 2 by theta 1. So theta 2 by theta 1 comes out to be 4 square minus 2 square. 16 minus 4. 16 minus 4 divided by here 4. 1 by half alpha will get cancelled like that. So this comes out to be 12 by 4. This is 3. Yes. Okay, clear? No doubt about it. If a mass of block is placed in an inclined plane of 30 degree with respect to horizontal initially at rest, then total moving with constant velocity 4 meter per second, then what is the work done by friction? It was moving with constant velocity whole throughout 4 meter per second. The work done by friction is equal to work done by gravity. Okay, because there is no change in kinetic energy. Whatever is the work done by the friction is equal to the work done by the gravity in magnitude. Okay, gravity will do positive work, friction will do negative work, total work done will be equal to 0. Okay, now we will have some questions in chemistry. So let us see if Gaurav sir is there with us. Okay, let us end.
Yes, guys. So I hope everybody. Okay, so I guess today people have gone for that IPL match, but you should be investing time in yourself here. Come on. Obviously, I mean, it is quite evident that you should be investing more time in your mathematics, as in your physics, chemistry, maths. Okay, so Aditya is saying waiting for chemistry. Beta, I was also waiting for my turn, but so I mean, yes, because in paper also you require much time for attempting calculative questions. So chemistry being time saver, and yes, if you compare this April attempt with January attempt, then it is quite unexpected that yes, April attempt is easier, much easy. I mean, the questions which I'm seeing, they are very, very easy. So acha, Devil is saying thank you. Devil, thank you for what? So okay, now I see some increment in live watching. So good, maybe you must have there will be some break after that. Over is bold. Okay, 35. Chalo, perfect. So moving to the next question. A simple question from nitrogen containing compounds. This is nothing but nitrile. It is treated with following reagents sequentially. So first, hydration in basic medium. Now generally hydration, once medium is not very, the I will be last show. Okay, Aditya, perfect. I am praying to God this type of paper will return tomorrow. Beta, pray to yourself that you should at least attempt the logics, and even if it is difficult for in your section, it will be difficult for everybody, but ultimately if you are comfortable with the logic, it will be, I mean, the same case. I am praying. Okay, so Bomu, I read that comment. Dubey, okay. Okay, Momo is again saying the same. I also wish that you get whatever you desire. Moving to the next question, which says this compound is treated with water in basic medium. Now this will be a mild condition, and after mild condition it is subjected to acidification. So this rather converts the condition into harsh. So first, this nitrile converts to amide, considering this to be a mild condition, because mild hydrolysis converts nitrile into amide, and after complete hydration and acidification it converts into the carboxylic acid having same number of carbon. So how much carbon it is having, sir? It is having 3 carbon, so it will form a carboxylic acid containing 3 carbon. So this is still here. After that we are doing red phosphorus and halogen. So this is classic Hell-Volhard-Zielinski reaction, where your alpha carbon, what is my alpha carbon? The functional group is this. So this carbon is my alpha carbon, and hydrogen is substituted of that alpha carbon. So let us substitute that hydrogen, that alpha hydrogen. Sir, all alpha hydrogen can get substituted, yes, but because it is not mentioning that it is happening in an excess medium, so I'm just iterating it once. So this is the corresponding alpha substituted chloro substituted carboxylic acid you have obtained after step 3. Now step 4 is telling that you do hydrolysis of this. So sir, hydration, sir, this is classic SN reaction. Why? Because the lone pair present on oxygen act as a nucleophile. This is a plus, and it will be clearly getting substituted. And once the substitution is done, you get your beautiful lactic acid. So this lactic acid is not, I mean the IUPAC is given, so let us name this compound. So this is classic 1, 2, 3. So this is 2-hydroxypropanoic acid. So 2-hydroxypropanoic acid as an option 4. Yeah, perfect Aditya, perfect. White gaming, perfect everybody. Yeah, perfect DV Charan. Moving to the next question, which says question which requires you to know, sir, bless myself for from your side, sir, I'll perform better in exam. Yes beta, roll the world. You will be rolling the world in your paper beta, don't worry. All the very best, God bless you. Now moving to the next question, which says the total number of unpaired electrons. Now these unpaired electrons we have to calculate in D3, D4 and D7, considering them to be a low spin complex, and the total number of unpaired electron we have to mention it as X. Sir, it is saying low spin. How can we have low spin complex? That means splitting is large, and that's why after filling of those 3 electrons, the 4th electron will also go to T2G subshell. That means you are how you get a low spin complex when splitting is large. So once in case of X splitting, we are considering it as large. So this becomes my EG set, and this becomes my T2G set. So T2G and EG, and this splitting is large enough, then only you are supposed to have a low spin complex. So calculating this for D3, sir, 1, 2, 3. So D3 will have how many unpaired electrons beta? 3. Considering D4, because this is large, so 4th will be also coming over here. So D4 will be having T2G4. So how many unpaired electrons? 2. What about next, sir? D7. Now let us fill this 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because low spin. And now after filling, the 7th will come over here. So how many unpaired electrons I'm having? 1. So rather, what will be the total? 3, 2. So this is 6. So X is 6. Now calculating the same thing for Y, because Y it is saying for a high spin complex. Now how you form a high spin complex? That means the splitting is very less, so number of probability of having unpaired electron will increase. So I will be filling T2G set and EG set like a degenerate orbital. Why? Because the splitting is not considered. So sir, if splitting not considered, why you are making us like write like that? Just make a simple dabba. So made that simple dabba. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So let us fill those electrons. D5. So D5 as in all the 5 will be filled. So this will be having 5 unpaired electrons. And D6, sir, after filling these 5 electrons, I will be pairing 1. So how many unpaired electrons beta? 4. 9 plus 4 is 5 plus 4 is 9. And you have to report answer as X plus Y. So X is 6, Y that is, so answer is beautifully 15. I hope everybody, white gaming, perfect. Okay, then hybridization, yeah. Bomu, just a second, sir. When D2sp3 hybridization occurs, with an example, please. Beta, whenever you have a forced pairing, like for example, if you have nickel and that nickel is present, let's say in or rather if you have cobalt and cobalt is present in +3 oxidation state, so take a strong field ligand. So let's say we are taking a strong field ligand, cyanide ion, so the cobalt at +3 complex with a cyanide ion will have that D2sp3 hybridization if coordination number is 6, है ना? चलो. Okay, okay, everybody is giving perfect answer. So moving to the next question, which says, a classic question from biomolecules, but here you have to give the incorrect statement. So, okay. So the question says, fibrous and globular proteins are types of tertiary. Yes, because once you have the primary structure, sir, it is just like this. Now, because of hydrogen bonding and the disulfide linkage, the coiling up of the primary structure takes place. So here you think of the secondary structure, and when the secondary structure takes a form in the three-dimensional space, so you get the tertiary structure, which is this. Now, for this tertiary structures, the tertiary structure is categorized as fiber-like protein and globular protein. So obviously this is correct. It represents the overall folding. Yes, sir. This represents the overall hairband like folding. Now, disulfide linkage and hydrogen bonding stabilizes. Yes, they are coiling and getting folded up because of attraction force, which are these attractions. So this is also definitely correct. Now, during denaturation, the structures get bursted and the protein loses its property. And which structure cannot get bursted? Sir, this one. Because here this is just primary structure. So tertiary structure, although they do not remain intact. So this is incorrect, and hence because this is incorrect, so this is our answer, because only primary structure remains intact. So option 4 is incorrect. Yeah, perfect. Perfect, Shreya, perfect, Aditya, perfect, Bomu, perfect. Moving to the next one, guys. When aluminium, sir, class 10th logic, aluminium is an amphoteric oxide. It reacts with acid also, it reacts with base also. The classic reaction of aluminium with a base is formation of sodium meta NaAlO2. This is in form of a complex. How you should see this complex? Sir, NaAlOH 4. Coordination number is 4. So sodium is in +1 and that is in minus, aluminium is in +3 oxidation state. So overall aluminium +3, so this is -1, this is Na. The question is saying coordination number 6. Because it is saying 6, therefore it is wrong. Shape of ClO2 minus, so chlorine having 2 bond pair with a negative charge. Obviously oxygen will take up that negative charge, so Cl, and this is O minus. Chlorine has how many electrons in its valence shell? Sir, 7. So 1 lone pair and another lone pair. So bond pair 2, lone pair 1, hybridization sp3, but you are supposed to give the shape. Yes, this shape is a V shape or a bend shape molecule, so this is correct. Considering the second molecule, ClO3 minus, so Cl, double bonded O, and a O minus, that means 1 lone pair is just remaining. So just like any molecule having 3 bond pair, 1 lone pair, so again hybridization is sp3, but shape will be a triangle will be formed at the bottom, and it will act as a pyramid. So this is trigonal pyramidal. So this is also correct. Now the last molecule is ClO4 minus. Everybody knows this beautiful molecule, this ClO4 minus. Again, it is sp3 hybridized and tetrahedral, symmetrically shaped. So obviously this is all the things are correct. So statement 1 is rather incorrect and statement 2 is correct. Bingo. Yeah, option C. Shreya correct. Anushka is saying, sir, tell me the exceptions in strong field. Beta, see, actually the splitting don't only depend upon ligands. Like for example, cobalt plus 3 with ammonia, with water, whatever, although water is a weak field ligand, but with cobalt plus 3, because magnitude of splitting depends upon metal ion also, the Z effective charge of the metal, depends upon the condition also. Like nickel plus 2 with DMG is a weak field ligand, but with nickel plus 2 it forms a square planar complex with coordination number 4. Why? Because the DMG complex tend to have a intramolecular hydrogen bonding, and because of that it acquires a square planar geometry, hence the central atom is forced to acquire DsP2 hybridization. So you can't generalize with one idea. You can obviously learn those exceptional examples once you are comfortable with coordination compounds. In order to get comfortable, in order to revise it precisely, there is a complete one shot of IOC, the live session, or else there is for a coordination compound, and for D block you have one shots also, but obviously the time is limited, so rather practice using these questions only. Moving to the no beta, as per spectrochemical series, the strongest ligands are carbonyl and cyanide. Rest all the ligands like ammonia, the ammonia generally act as a strong field ligand, but yes, not with all. Like with copper plus 2, ammonia do not act as a strong field ligand. So strong field ligand per se essentially are cyanide and carbonyl complexes only, for your mains level of questions. Moving to the next question, do I have one? Acha, yes, I have one. I guess my teaching, okay, it is there. Now, I have two more questions. So, if bond length of molecule AB is this, okay, while radius of A and B are RA and RB respectively, then which of the following relation is correct when X generally chi represents electronegativity? So, if A and B are of in unequal electronegativity, because if the question is saying A is more electronegative, so A will attract the shared pair of cloud towards itself and will attain a delta negative charge, and this will attain a delta positive charge. That means our electron cloud is shifted towards me. That means it's a covalent bond with a polarity in it, polarity just like this. So this is the nucleus of A, this is the nucleus of B, this will be your radius AB, but obviously this RAB will be less. Why? Because this will be RA and rather this will be RB. So if you add RA and RB, definitely this magnitude will be larger, a basic common sense. So RA plus RB will be larger because it is a covalent molecule. I hope everybody is clear with it now. Okay, is it worth to drop? Beta, is it worth to drop or not is only your inside, your deep conscious can give the answer. If you ask me, if you are confident that you are going to be disciplined for the whole year, then definitely you should think about the drop. Then is it worth to take out? I answer, some modifications are there in question, sir. Okay, Reshma, you can just put that modification. If I mean, if I can use that, I'll be explaining that also. So what is the modification, Reshma? You can kindly put that in the comment. You are my guru. Thank you, beta. Acha, you are saying Shreya. Acha, how are you my guru? My guru. Okay, cool. Okay, whatever it is. Sir, I'm confident. Perfect, beta. Moving to the next question. Acha, that student was saying, you, how are you gurl? So I read guru. Compare the stability order of the following alkenes. Now, these are the alkenes given. So this is cis-butene. Butene as in 2 carbons, double bond over here. Cis as in, yes, you should have a cis configuration. So let me write H and H over here. So what are the number of hyperconjugating hydrogens stabilizing this? Sir, 3 and 3. So 6. 2,3-diethyl butene. So let me draw this also. But as in 4 carbons. 2-ene, so double bond will come over here. 2 and 3. So this is also having carbon. This is also having carbon. Obviously, this will have maximum hyperconjugating hydrogens. And I suppose you can see there are 12 in number. Next is butene, but this butene is having only one substitution of methyl. So butene and 2 is having methyl. How many hyperconjugating hydrogens, guys? 3, 6 and 9. So 9 hyperconjugating hydrogen is stabilizing this alkene, and this is simple propene. Obviously, this will be least stable. So, but still, let me beautifully write those hydrogens for you. So, this is having 3 hydrogens. So, this is having least. So, D is least. D is least. And who is having highest? Bombay. B is having highest. Okay. So, who is coming second? Sir, C is coming second. So, option 1 is your right answer. Very easy peasy question. Yes. Okay. This is all I have. Let me see if I have more chemistry questions or else. Okay. Deepen sir is ready for you. So, I am ending. Deepen sir, over to you.
Okay, so here we are with another set of questions from mathematics. So this is where we should begin with, I think, because before this, I think we have done all the questions. So yes, I hope this is again a simple question. All you got to do is, I hope you can see cos C cos D cos C cos D. So if I'm saying cos C cos D, I hope I'm clearly visible and audible. With that, do you not think that here, if I multiply both these sides by 2, so 2 cos C cos D, 2 cos C cos D. So it will be cos C plus D plus cos C minus D. This will also be cos C plus D plus cos C minus D. Everyone with me on this? I hope there is no confusion on that. And with that, when I simplify this, I have done that part. So here, this cos C plus D. So theta plus 5 theta by 2, that is 7 theta by 2. Theta minus 5 theta by 2, that is minus 3 theta by 2, but it is even function, so it will be cos 3 theta by 2. Similarly here, 7 theta plus 7 theta by 2, that is 14 theta plus 7 theta, 21 theta by 2. And 7 theta minus, then 14 theta minus 7 theta, that is 7 theta by 2. So from here, one observation you all make, that 7 theta by 2, 7 theta by 2 are cancelled. And there you get cos 3 theta by 2 is equals to what? 21 theta by 2. Everyone with me on this? Yes. Now, with that, we know cos theta is equals to cos alpha. So theta is given by 2n pi plus minus alpha, the general solution. With that, if I multiply both the sides by 2, 3 theta, 4n pi plus minus 21 theta. Now, two things are there. If I take positive sign and negative sign. So, if I take positive sign, 3 theta minus 21, that is 18 theta. So, 18 theta is equals to 4n pi, minus 18 theta is equals to 4n pi. And if I take minus sign, 21 plus 3, that is 24 theta. So, 24 theta is equals to 4n pi. So, if I solve both of these values, minus 18 theta as 4n pi and 24 theta as 4n pi, positive sign and negative sign I'm taking. So, here theta will be minus 2n pi by 9 if I cancel this, and theta here will be n pi by 6. Sir, shift 1 easy tha, shift 2. I think shift 2. But I am seeing now moderate questions as well. The questions now I'm receiving are moderate. So theta is from minus pi to pi. So here minus 2n pi by 9 is from where? Minus pi to pi. So if I put it from minus pi to pi, I think I'll start getting the integral values of n, because here this minus sign, when I multiply it by, so of course the sign changes and it all gets cancelled. So it still remains same only. I hope you're getting it. So with that, if I multiply all the three sides by 9, this will be minus 9 pi. This here will be this here will be minus 9 pi. This 9 vanishes from here, and this will be plus 9 pi. Everyone comfortably getting this? This pi are cancelled. So here, if I divide all the sides by 2, minus 9 by 2 less than equal to n less than equal to 9 by 2. So minus 9 by 2 is what? Minus 4.5. So I need n from minus 4.5 to 4.5. But I hope you do remember, n is integer. N is an integer, means what? Integral values from minus 4.5 to 4.5 will be, of course, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the values of n which I have received from here. Everybody getting this? All the participants? Similarly, the same part here. So n pi by 6, if I put between minus pi to pi, I hope you're getting it, minus 6 pi. Here, this 6 vanishes from here, and this will be 6 pi. So from here, I think the job is done. This pi, and this pi also vanishes. So n is from minus 6 to 6. So n is from minus 6 to 6 means what? Minus 6, minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, up till 6. So these are the values of n. But I got to, I hope you're understanding. I hope you're not saying that these values and these values will have some values common. No. For this value of n, they are giving other values. For these values of n, they are giving some other values. So you just calculate the number of values and it will give you the answer. Sir, I failed this examination. Okay, I totally get your concern. Nothing wrong with that. They do normalization, so you need not worry about that. From here, when I move ahead with this next question, this is again a very interesting question based on differential equations. How do we solve this? Pay attention to this part. Under root 10x dy sec cube x minus 10x to the power 3 by 2y. So if I take this dx to the left hand side, so pay attention to this part. I'm doing it here because I have done it. Meanwhile, when Gaurav sir and Sumit sir were solving their questions, I was also solving it. So here, first of all, I'll take this dx here. So this will be dy by dx, and this root 10x if I take there, so it will be sec cube x by root 10x that I keep there. This 10x to the power 3 by 2 by root 10x will be 10x. So that 10x into y, if I bring on the left hand side, minus becomes positive. So I hope you can see linear differential equation y, dy by dx, p of x into y is equals to q of x. So here, first of all, let's find the integrating factor. Integrating factor is e raised to the power integration of p of x. P of x is 10 of x. So 10 of x is integration is what? If you don't remember, sin x upon cos x. If I take cos x as t, minus sin x dx will be dt. So it will be minus ln t. Ln t is what? Ln cos x. So if e to the power ln is there, it vanishes and I'll be left with cos x to the power minus 1, which is sec x. So we receive integrating factor as sec x. Everyone getting that? So if I have received integrating factor as sec x, I hope you are understanding. Now the solution is given by y into integrating factor is equal to integrating factor into q of x. So sec x into sec cube x upon root 10x will give you sec to the power 4x upon root 10x. I hope you are getting it. From here, the best thing which you should have done is 10x you take as t square. So if you take 10x as t square, sec square x dx will be 2t dt. So with that, 1 sec square from here will be 2t dt. I hope you are understanding. Sec square dx will be 2t dt. So that 2t dt, 1 sec square x I'm left with. That sec square I replace by 1 plus t square. 1 plus t square, 1 plus t square, mind you students. So that sec square I replace by 1 plus 10 square x, but 10x is t square. So that will be 1 plus 10 to the power 4x. Everyone getting that? Sorry. I need to make a correction here. Sorry. 1 plus 10 square x, but 10x is t square. So that will be 1 plus t to the power 4. Everyone with me on this? Divided by root 10x. So 10x is t square. So this will be under root over t square. So that is t. So this t and this t vanishes, and there you get this. I hope integration is simple and easy from here. So what I do is I take 2 common here. T to the power 4 when integrated gives you what? T to the power 5 by 2. So it will be t to the power 5. Sorry, t to the power 5 by 5. I'm really sorry. And then 1 when integrated gives you what? 1 when integrated gives you t. But this will be 2t. And plus c will also be there, of course. Everyone with me on this? I hope there is no confusion on that. Now from here, what I do next is I will now simplify this result. Which result, students? I hope everybody is with me on this. So far, there is no confusion on that. We know t square was 10x. We know t square was 10x. Mind you, students, what we had was t square was 10x. So if I substitute that value here, it becomes y sec x, t to the power 5, t to the power 5. I hope you're understanding. T is root 10x. So this will be 2 by 5, t is root 10x. So it will be, I hope understanding, 5 by 2, because t here is 10x to the power 1 by 2. I hope there is no confusion on that. So t to the power 5 means what? 10x to the power 5 by 2. So this will be 10x to the power 5 by 2. Everyone with me on this? 2 by 5 will be there. Then plus 2t. 2t. So 2t means what? 10x to the power 1 by 2 plus c. So this is what I have received so far. Now the only thing you are left with is, I hope you are understanding, the only thing which you need to do is, yes, great. So with that, I hope you're understanding. The only thing which you need to do is replace x by pi by 4 and y by 6 root 2 by 5. So when you replace x by pi by 4, sec pi by 4 root 2, this is 1, this is 1. So there you get root 2 means what? Root 2y, and y is given as 6 root 2 by 5. So this is 6 root 2 by 5. This will be 1. So this is 2 by 5. This will be 1. So this is 2 plus c. So with that, this is 2 into 2. Root 2 into 2, root 2, 2. So this 6 into 2 is what? 6 into 2 is 12. So this is 12 by 5. This gives you as 12 by 5. This will be 5 into 2, 10. That is again 12 by 5. So if this is also 12 by 5, we get c as 0. So best thing is c we receive as 0. So this becomes 0. So with that, I hope you know how to write the answer. The last equation, what you do is x you replace by pi by 3, pi by 3, pi by 3, and then you get the final answer. Pi by 3, pi by 3, pi by 3, and you'll get the final value of y. Some students are saying 48. Maybe 48 is the correct answer. That's brilliant. With that, let me see whether do I have few more questions or not. I think the remaining questions will bring soon. But meanwhile, let me invite either Sumit sir or Gaurav sir, whoever is available, so that we can go ahead with that. So let me invite whoever is available. With that, we can go ahead with this. By the way, how was your papers? Yes, answer is 48. That's brilliant, students. Good. Siddha Kolambaker, that's brilliant. Okay, so Sumit sir will be joining now. Let's hand it over to him.
Let us see which all questions we are having right now with us. In physics. Okay, so how is the paper going on? Till now, the level seems to be easy, specifically for the physics I can say. You can tell for chemistry and maths also. Now we have to start with this we had done, yeah, with this question. Okay, an ideal gas undergoes process whose equation is given like this: Pt cube is equals to constant. What would be the polytropic constant for this? Now how we define the polytropic process? We define polytropic process as Pv to the power alpha is equals to constant. Pv to the power alpha is equals to constant, and this is our polytropic constant. Now write this equation Pt cube in terms of P and V. So this is Pt cube, T you can say P into V cube, this will be constant, everything else, certainly the constant will change when I place PV instead of T, okay, but doesn't matter. So it will become P to the power 4, V to the power 3, this is equals to constant. So it will become P, V to the power 3 by 4 is equals to constant. So alpha comes out to be 3 by 4. Sir, volume expansion ratio was asked, somebody is saying, okay, might be. Bro, okay. These are memory based questions told by students. We don't know like what was the exact thing in the question. We trust like conceptually the things has to be same. EM wave exert pressure on surface of which it falls. Yes, if electromagnetic radiation falls on a surface, pressure will be there. What we call that? Radiation pressure. This is correct. Assertion is correct. Reason: rest mass of photons is 0. Now rest mass if you talk about, that is 0. Photons, if you talk about the rest mass of the photons, that is 0. This is true, okay. So A is true and B is true, but reason is not the correct explanation. Both A and B are true and reason is not the correct explanation, so we will mark only B as the correct option. Next question, an electron is moving with speed 0.8 c in a medium. De Broglie wavelength of electron in medium is, how we write de Broglie wavelength? Lambda, that is equals to h divided by mass into velocity. Now put the values. H is 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 34 divided by mass of electron 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 into the speed is 0.8 c, 0.8 into 10 to the power c, okay, into 3 into 10 to the power 8, okay. C means 3 into 10 to the power 8, like this. This is 31. Okay, now solve it. So 10 to the power in total will become how much? 31, 34, minus 4 will remain, minus 8. So minus 4 minus 8 is minus 12, minus 12. And here we will have, let us see what else it will be, the numerical value, that will be 6.6 divided by 9.1 divided by 0.8 divided by 3. This is 0.3, 0.302. Now match the option. 3 into 10 to the power, no, it should be, is it 3 into 10 to the power 12? Near about is 3, but it's not 3 into 10 to the power 12. It is getting 10 to the power 3 into 10 to the power minus 13 we are getting, by the way. 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 34 divided by 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg for electron, okay. 0.8 into 3 into 10 to the power 8, okay, this is 10 to the power, okay, I did a mistake in calculation of 10 to the power. It will be minus 3, yeah, it will be minus 3 and minus 8, minus 11 here. It should be minus 11 here. If it is minus 11, then it will become 3 into 10 to the power minus 12 meter. Then it will become the second option. Sir, G calculator allowed? Calculator is allowed for me, not for you, okay. So yes, I can take help of calculator, but you cannot take the help. So do calculations while doing the questions yourself only, avoid calculator. If velocity of a particle, when I was a student I used to use like only always notebook and pen, no calculator at all. and my calculations were very fast, very accurate. Now we lose the grip with time because we generally use calculator being a teacher. If velocity of a particle is decreased by 20%, the new de Broglie wavelength is this. Lambda naught was the initial de Broglie wavelength. So de Broglie wavelength is equals to h upon m into v naught. Now lambda dash is h divided by m into how much velocity? Velocity is decreased by 20% means v minus v by 5. So remaining is 4v by 5. Remaining is 4v naught by 5. So this is 5 by 4 times of lambda naught. 5 by 4 times of lambda naught, which we can take say as 1.25. 1.25 into lambda naught. So alpha comes out to be 1.25. Okay. Okay, these all questions were there from physics. Now we will have questions on chemistry and Gaurav sir will join us. So let us see if Gaurav sir is there. Okay, Gaurav sir, it's over to you.
Actual paper, they were difficult. One of the student was writing that comment. Beta, the only point is, the only reason is, it is not the case that questions, once student dictate that question, it is obviously easy. Why? Because they must be giving their understanding. So once you have a clear understanding, nothing is difficult, na? Yeah, good evening, Olivie Yadav. So Venn graph generator is back. Okay, beta. Sir, my all questions is wrong, sir. Why, beta? What mistake you did? Tomorrow, which shift? Okay, so somebody's talking among themselves. Finally, Idli, yes. So, okay. Meanwhile, my friend who cracked JEE in first attempt without knowing anything, he's always scored negative marks in test. Okay, so people are educating themselves. Yeah, this should also be done. Waiting for you, sir. S. Mary, okay, thank you. So let us start. Then you will be, must be very much. Hello, beta, Bomu. You must be actively waiting for to solve those chemistry questions. So let us see what questions we got. Yes. Hello, Bomu. So basic questions from colligative properties. As expected, sir, what would you recommend for 8 session 2? Beta, attempt these questions wherever you find logic not comfortable to you. Please attempt those questions from that logic only, more questions, so that you may gain confidence in that weaker section of yours. So weight of solute I represent as 2, solvent as 1 to make my calculations easy. This is volume of solution in liters. Solution I write as solution. Temperature is 300 Kelvin. Osmotic pressure pi is nothing but Van't Hoff correction into concentration times RT. Van't Hoff factor is given as 80 mm of Hg, but R we'll be putting obviously in 0.0821 because we have to find moles, we have to find molar mass. So R will be ATM liter because volume is in liter. So for that we have to convert pressure in ATM. 1 ATM is 760 mm of Hg. So divide by 760, it will change the pressure in ATM. So bingo. Because hemoglobin is an organic compound, so Van't Hoff correction will be nothing. It will be 1 because it will not be getting any case of dissociation and association. Concentration is weight of solute. Let me write that formula for you separately. Weight of solute upon molar mass of solute into volume of solution, because it is given in liters, so why bother? We'll put just like that. Weight of solute is 20. Molar mass we have to determine. Let us say it is m into 1 because volume is 1. R is 0.0821, but I am not writing 0.0821. Rather, I am writing 1 by 12. 1 by 12 is obviously 0.083. But this will help you to lessen the time for your calculation. And T is definitely 300. So just do the math. I guess you will be getting molar mass will be 20 into 300 upon 12 into 8, and 76 will come in the numerator. So this is 8 8, let's say this is 72, so 8 9 ja 72, because we are having options. So this is 9, this is 3 3 and 3 4, this is 5, so this is 1500. 1500 into 3 is 4500. So just answer, because we have, this is not 72, so any answer which is just above this, so any answer just above, we have got many answers above, so you have to do calculation over here, guys. So once you calculate, because options are very close enough, so molar mass will be 20 into 300 into 0.0821 into 76 divided by 8. So divided by 8 and then divided by 12. Okay, so you will be getting somewhere around 4000 something. So you don't use calculators. I am using it. I mean, just because you will be getting, because answer options are very close enough. So I guess you will be getting somewhere around 4674. You just have to again check the calculation. Calculators are not allowed. We are doing I am using calculator just to be quick with the solution, because these calculations you anyway have to do, beta. Sir, this is wrong. What is wrong, beta? Maybe if the answer is coming very close, then you precisely have to take 0.0821. Because actually 0.1 by 12 is 0.083. So this is just a, sir, what if I already know, beta, you can't put that molecular formula if you know the mass of hemoglobin, because this is an experimental data. So you need to tell the experimental molar mass. So for that, I mean, what maybe the question is framed in such a way that the molecular mass theoretical that you're having, it may not coincide with the experimental value. That's why you should not just put it. Whatever answer you're getting after calculation, only then you should put the answer. So okay, Bunny is saying this is wrong because this was a numerical question. Beta, again, then for that also you have to do the precise calculation. So rather, this is your job to do. I guess you will be getting somewhere around 4600 something. But yes, you have to do calculations. Sorry, sir, calculation mistake. It is second option only. Oh, so okay. So DV Charan is confirming that it is something around option 2 only. So, but obviously you have to do calculations. The second question says, which set among the following has the same character of oxides? So okay, I guess you have seen many of my one shots and many of my mock test, the rank booster batch. I have been constantly giving the amphoteric oxides. Remember the rhyme, सुनो जनाबे आली, और उनके is nothing, बेकार as in beryllium and chromium, भाई as in the element just next to सुनो जनाबे आली. After that, as in arsenic, watch is nothing, just to have the mnemonic, sub TV, antimony and tellurium. So these all metals form amphoteric oxides. So out of them, obviously aluminium is amphoteric, chromium in +3 state is amphoteric, tin in +2 and +4 all oxidation state is amphoteric. So question is asking, you should have same character. So let us see. Metal oxide is basic. I find no other metal oxides. Non-metal oxide is acidic, and whatever remaining oxides you have, carbon monoxide, nitric oxide and nitrous oxide, they all are neutral. So obviously option 3 has both the oxides which have same nature. So option 3 will be your right answer. Moving to the basic question from atomic structure. The basic question, the statement based question says, when value of azimuthal quantum number as in L for subshell is same, so value of L is same, okay, then higher the value of principal quantum number, higher is the energy. Yes, because if L is same for two subshells, then more be the value of N, let's say whatever be the N, let's say S, S, P, P, D, D. So if you compare any SS, obviously 2S will have lesser energy, 3S will have more. 2p will have lesser energy, 3p will be more. So more be the value of n, more will be the energy. Statement 1 is definitely correct. Energy of 4s subshell is greater. This is obviously wrong because 4s is 4 plus 0, Aufbau rule. And this is 3 plus 2, so it is 5. So energy of 3D is more, 4s is less. It is saying opposite, so this is incorrect. A very easy question to attempt. So 1 is correct, 2 is incorrect. Option 2 is your answer. I hope. Perfect. 3 option last question. Okay, so somebody must have calculated. Over here I thought that osmotic pressure question. So okay, everybody got this also. Moving to the next question from chemical kinetics. Now we definitely know this is T half. T half is related with initial concentration. So what's the basic formula? So T half is inversely proportional to initial concentration raised to the power order -1. And obviously we can see, even if you do not apply this formula over here, you can see this T half and initial concentration are inversely proportional. And we know it is inversely proportional for a zero order reaction. When n is 0, obviously you will find this value. But even if you do not know this, because it is telling you with graph that T half is proportional, because it is giving you a straight line. So this is simply y equal to mx. And even if you do not know this, but still y is equal to mx. But because we are practicing, so I'm just telling you T half is equal to a naught upon 2k. This is for a zero order reaction. Although you do not know it, no worries. Why? Because what is slope? Sir, y by x. So x upon this concentration, as in x upon 1.5 into 10 raised to the power -3 will be equal to this y upon this x, as in 120 upon 4 into 10 raised to the power -3, because both are slope and slope is obviously equal. So this is, I guess, no calculation also required. So this is simply, x is simply 4, 3 ja 12, so 30 into 1.5 is 45 rupees. So answer is simply x value is 45. I hope everybody is clear. Sir, it's 240. So whatever it may be, beta, I mean the data may be in the paper, if it was given as 240, then you should do 240 into that thing. I mean, if this is the data, I mean concept will remain the same. Bunny, I agree, beta. If you are saying that it is 240, then in the paper it will be 240. So if this will be 240, then this will be 4, as in 60. So 60 into 1.5, so answer will be 90 rupees. Chalo, 90. Yeah. So, but obviously the logic will remain the same. Okay, this is the last question. Okay, I'll be having, I guess, 2-3 more questions, whatever it is. So I'll just check that who's next. Yes, guys, by the time you can obviously. Hello, Tejas. Okay, Tejas is here. Okay, so Sumit sir is ready. So I'm ending from my end. Sumit sir, over to you.
Plane, okay. This inclined plane is given to us. Okay. This inclined plane is given to us. I think I'm not audible. Yeah. Okay, I'm there now. So here, this question is on work done. This block rest on this inclined plane. It is mentioned rest means this block is not moving with respect to the inclined plane. Now, if the whole system is moving with velocity 4 meter per second, means this whole system is moving with 4 meter per second, calculate the work done by the friction in 2 seconds. So in 2 seconds, this block will move in which direction? In this direction. Displacement will be in this direction. This is my displacement. How much is the displacement? Time into velocity. Velocity is constant, 4 into 2. This is 8 meter. 8 meter displacement is in this direction. In which direction the force of friction is there? Friction force is in this direction. Friction is static or kinetic? Static, because block is not moving. Friction is static. Friction is balancing this mg sin theta component. So this friction is basically equal to mg sin theta. friction is equal to mg sin theta, and the angle between the two is 90 minus theta here between displacement and force. So when I write the work done, that will be F dot S, so that will become Fs cos of 90 minus theta. Okay, so F is mg sin theta. What is the displacement? 8 into cos of 90 minus theta is sin theta. What is mg? What is mg? Mass is 1, so mg is 10. So this is 10 into 8 is 80 sin square theta. 80 sin square theta. Here also 80 sin square theta, here also 80 sin square theta. I think the options are misplaced maybe. Let us mark one option, 80 sin square theta. This is the work done by friction here. Sir, angle is 30. If angle is given 30, we will put 30. So this will become sin square 30 will become 1 by 4. This will become 20 then, if the angle was 30. Next question. Okay, this is question is on binding energy nuclei. This is C612. Okay, mass of proton is given, mass of nucleus is given, the binding energy of the nucleon is. Now binding energy is total mass of the constituents minus the mass of the nucleus into C square. So delta M I am finding first. Delta M will be, how many protons and neutrons we are having here? 6 protons and 6 neutrons. So 6 into mass of proton plus 6 into mass of neutron minus the mass of the carbon atom. Now 6 into mass of proton plus mass of neutron, this is mass of proton 1.007276 plus this 1.008664, okay, fine, minus the mass of C12, we know that is exactly 12, minus 12. Now let me do the calculations with the help of my super fast calculator. 1.007276 plus 1.008664, yeah, into 6. So this comes out to be 0.09564. This is my delta M. I need the binding energy. This is in U. Okay, multiply that with 931.5. So 931.5 into delta M, 0.09564 mega electron volt. So multiply this 0.9564 into 931.5. This comes out to be 89. I did some calculation mistake, I think, or there is some typing mistake in this. Then the question answer is not coming. By the way, so 1.007276, 1.008664 into 6, yes, 6 protons, 6 neutrons, minus 12. Let me do again. 1.007276 plus 1.008664 into 6, yes, this is 0.09564, yeah, 64. Now multiplying this with 931.5, this should be 89.08. Okay, now what I need, the binding energy of the nucleon. Okay, this mega electron volt per nucleons. This is binding energy per nucleon. This is binding energy per nucleon. This is the total binding energy. This is the total binding energy, which comes out to be 89.08. I need to divide with the number of nucleons. They are 12. Divide with 12. So this is 89 divided with 12. This comes out to be 7.41. 7.41. Yeah, 6. That is 7.42. Sir, we need to find binding energy per nucleon. Yeah, here it was just mentioned binding energy. It for nucleon they mentioned. I think it instead of for, it should be per nucleon. Then the answer is coming correct. This is a typing mistake. Next question. Special magnetic field is given. Okay, this magnetic field is varying with not time, varying with r, the distance from the center, where r is the distance from the hinge end of the rod. From here we are measuring the r. EMF induced across the end of the rod is, so we need to integrate because magnetic field is changing with space. So at a distance r from here, taking a strip of thickness dr, it is moving in this direction with a velocity of r omega. The induced EMF across that is my dE, that is V cross B dot L. V cross B, okay, V cross B. So how much is the induced EMF? V, that is r omega, cross B into dl is my dr. Just integrate this. Now what is B? B is B naught e to the power minus lambda r. So this is omega B naught, that is constant, integration of r e to the power minus lambda r dr. Now here you have to use your maths concept, integration by parts. If you do the integration putting the limits from 0 to r, you will get third as the correct option. Symbol integration. Just okay. So we have covered the physics portion. Now Deependra sir is joining with questions on maths. So Deependra sir, it's over to you.
All right, so here we are with the mathematics part. I hope I'm clearly visible and audible to all the participants. Let me just import one more question, then we'll begin our discussion with this. Okay, so here we are. Let us get started with this discussion. So this is where we are beginning with this, the final lap of mathematics, and we are getting started with this. Okay, so the live is changing because I am coming, because so far physics was being discussed, now mathematics will be being discussed. Great, great, great. So with that, let's begin with this. First of all, f of x continuous function for all x being positive, which satisfies this integral equation. So when you are given something like this, Newton-Leibniz rule will be used. So when Newton-Leibniz rule comes into picture, I'll be differentiating it. So this becomes f dash x, this will be f of x. I hope I did not explain that. Then this will be differentiated. So when I differentiate this, I'm showing you the result. This f of x becomes f dash x, this becomes f of x. Then if I apply product rule, the derivative of 1 minus x will be minus 1, ln x minus 1 remains as it is. Then 1 minus x remains as it is, the derivative of ln x minus 1 is 1 upon x. E being constant becomes 0. That's brilliant, roll the word. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now from here, f dash x, I'm treating it as dy by dx. Fx is y, so I'm taking it here. This here, if I rearrange it, this is minus of ln x, and there you have plus 1, and this is 1 minus x by x. So this x, when goes to it, 1 minus x plus x by x, which is x and x minus x plus x are cancelled, it will be 1 by x, which means the expression which you receive is dy by dx minus y is equals to 1 by x minus ln x. That is again what your linear differential equation. So yes, when you solve this, I hope integrating factor minus 1 is your p of x. So integrating factor is e to the power integration of minus 1, which is minus x. So e to the power minus x. Now what I do is I will write its solution. So it is given by y into e to the power minus x. Hold on for a while, students. Let me just do one thing. Okay, give me a second moment, students. Now hold on for a while. Now from here, all I'm saying is that here y into integrating factor, which is e to the power minus, into integration of integrating factor into q of x, integrating factor into q of x. I hope you remember e to the power x into f of x plus f dash x. There is a formula, but if I have e to the power, let's say g of x, then we do remember there is a formula as well. So if I apply that standard limit, standard formula, or if you don't remember this, you can apply or integrate it. One of the functions, when you integrate, you would get the second one, and it gets cancelled. I hope you remember both of the cases. So with that, the final one will be e to the power minus x ln x. So this is the solution of this differential equation, but that's not the part which is expected out of us. We were asked f of 1. So I think first of all, I got to remove this c. So when I wish to remove this c, how do I do it? If I replace x by 1 here, so I'll have f of 1 from here. I hope you're getting it. So 1 to 1, that is 0, 0, 0. So I hope you're understanding f of 1 we receive as e, because 1 to 1 is 0, 1 minus 1 is 0, ln 1 is 0, so this whole becomes 0, you're left with e. So f of 1 I receive as e, which means if I replace x by 1 and y by e, I think something decent I'll get. So this y I replace by e, this is e to the power minus 1, this is e to the power minus 1, ln 1 is 0, so c. So this is e to the power minus 1 e, so we receive c as 1. So c I replace by 1. Everyone comfortable with this? Now what are we asked? We are asked f of 1 of 1. Pay attention to that part. So here, if I take this e to the power minus x to the other side, we get y is equals to e to the power x minus x are cancelled. So here you're left with ln x plus 1 e to the power x. So that is e to the power x. Everyone comfortable with this? And of course, when you replace x by 1, you get e. So f of 1 is 1. Everyone with me on this? So what are we asked? F of 1, which means I am asked f of 1, which is f of e. So I need to replace x by e. So there y, which means f of 1 becomes ln e, which is 1 plus e to the power e. So this will be your answer, 1 plus e to the power e. I hope you're getting it. Option B will be your final answer. Everybody got this? From here, when I move ahead, let's solve next question. A brilliant one. So far, we have been thinking that statistics is usually easy, is usually on the easier side, but this is an exceptional and amazing and a phenomenal question. Why am I saying so? Pay attention to that part here. First of all, they give you the data xi 0, 2, 6, 12, but they help you with the general term r plus 1. So the final term is nn plus 1. Then they give you their frequencies NC0, NC1, NC2, NC3 until NCN. That is also brilliant. With that, they don't ask you the mean or the variance. What they ask you is the median. But before they ask you the median, they give you that the mean of this observation is 45. Why? Because they are wanting you to do some calculation and figure out n. This is one of those questions which you should have left because it is somewhere between moderate and hard, and you would have spent a lot of time on this question. So when I begin with this conclusion, all I'll say is, I hope you know, mean, which is 45. I hope you remember mean is 45, which is given by summation fi xi upon summation fi. So summation fi xi, I hope you're understanding. Rth term is r plus 1, and here frequency is ncr. So summation fi xi, which means what? r plus 1 into ncr. The numerator will be summation fi xi, and in the denominator what will I have? Summation fi, which is nc0 plus nc1 plus nc2 until ncn. So that is 2 to the power n. Everybody with me on this? Now r plus 1 is r square plus r. I hope you're getting it. So r square plus r, I'm splitting it with ncr. So r square ncr and r ncr. Summation gets distributed over addition or subtraction, we know that. So this I'll work out separately, this I'll work out separately. Let's work on this summation r ncr. Now I hope you do remember one more result. What is that result? That I hope you remember. NCR is n upon r, n minus 1 cr minus 1. So with that I can say r times NCR is n minus 1 cr minus 1. Sir, why are you saying so? Because this expression r NCR, this expression r NCR, I'll be substituting by n minus 1 cr minus 1. Are you getting it? So n being constant comes out. So this is summation n minus 1 cr minus 1. So n minus 1 cr minus 1 is 2 to the power n minus 1. So it will be n into 2 to the power n minus 1. Give me a quick update on this. Everybody understood that, or shall I write it? So this expression will become, this expression will become n times 2 to the power n minus 1. Everybody with me on this? Now let's talk about this expression, which is r square NCR. I hope you all are there. Now this r square NCR, I split it like this. R square NCR, I write as r into NCR. I hope you're comfortable with that. No confusion on that. Everybody with me on this? So I hope you are now getting this, that here, this is r NCR, which is r square NCR technically. So I'm writing it as r into r times NCR. So this r, I write as, I hope you're understanding, this r I write as r plus 1 minus r. I hope you're comfortable with that, whatever I'm doing or suggesting here. So this r, if I write as r plus 1 minus r, no, I think I'm making a mistake. No, I think I'm making a mistake. This r stays like that only. This r is there, which is splitted as r square. So this r is there, right? R NCR is there. Now what I do next is r NCR. First of all, pay attention to that. I hope this r NCR I can substitute by n minus 1 cr minus 1. So this r NCR I'll be substituting by n minus 1 cr minus 1. I hope you are comfortable with that. Now one thing is also there. Which thing, sir? That this n is constant, so this n comes out. So if this n comes out, it is summation r times n minus 1 cr minus 1. Everyone comfortable with that? Now what I do is from this r I'll add 1 and subtract 1. So if I do so, summation r Summation r I write as r plus 1 minus 1. I hope you are comfortable with whatever I'm doing. So with that, I write it as n is already out there. Summation, now pay attention to this, summation r minus 1 and then plus 1. So here it becomes summation r minus 1, summation r minus 1, n minus 1 c r minus 1, that part. And then with this one, it is summation n minus 1 c r minus 1. I hope there is no confusion on that. And again, with this, you can apply the same property again. And this we have already worked out. So with this, I hope you know the simplification. This will be turned out as n plus 1 2 times 2 raised to the power n minus 2. Everybody getting this part, or shall I re-explain this? From here, this is summation fi xi, this is summation fi, and it was given as 45, the mean. So if I take this 2 to the power n to the other side, what I get is this n plus 1 2 to the power n minus 2, that 45 goes to the other side. So I am taking 2 to the power n minus 2 common. Okay, yes, I'm taking 2 to the power n minus 2 common. So when I take 2 to the power n minus 2 common, 2 to the power n minus 2 comes out, it leaves you with n plus 1. This is n there, 2 to the power n minus 2 when comes out, you multiply it by 2 and divide it by 2, so that it becomes 2 to the power n minus 2, so 2 stays there. From here 2 to the power n, of course, I write it as 2 square into 2 to the power n minus 2, same multiplied by 2 square on numerator and denominator. So this 2 to the power n minus 2, this 2 to the power n minus 2 and this 2 to the power n minus 2 are cancelled. So now you are left with a quadratic. I hope you simplify this. So when you simplify this quadratic, it becomes n plus 15 n minus 12, which I have solved in meanwhile. So the value of n cannot be negative. Of course, it is the number, natural number. So n should be 12. That is the acceptable value. But there you drop again. See, this is clearly arranged in ascending order, the frequency. So the middle term will be exactly where the median will lie, but corresponding to that middle term, corresponding to that middle frequency, I got to have the xi. That will be the median. I hope you know that concept. So with that NC0, NC1, NC3 until NCn, when n is 12, I hope understanding there will be 13 observations. So 6 from the front, 6 from the end. The middle term will be our exact middle term. So I hope you're understanding 12C6 will be the middle term. So somewhere in between, you will have 12C6, which will be the middle term. Corresponding to this, whatever is the xi, that will be the median. I hope you're getting it. So depending on this, this gets decided. I hope you remember r plus 1. So r is 6 here. So it will be 6 plus 1. That is 6 into 7. 42 will be the median here. Everybody understood that, or shall I re-explain that part? All the participants, just give me a quick update on this. From here, let's solve one more question, which is the final question for the day. Here comes the next question. We are told that this is an AP. So here, if it is an AP, I hope you remember, f of a will be given by, f of a will be the arithmetic mean here. F of a will be given by 2 to the power 1 minus a plus 2 to the power 1 plus a, and then plus 3 to the power a plus 3 to the power minus a whole divided by 2. Whole divided by 2. Everyone with me on this? Now from here, I can say that 2 can be taken common. So if I take 2 common from here, I'll be writing it as 2 to the power minus a plus 2 to the power a. Everyone understood that part? Everyone understood that part? Now what am I told? That alpha be the minimum value of f of a. So it depends on a. AMGM. I hope you remember a number and its reciprocal. A number and its reciprocal. The minimum value is found when the numbers are equal. AMGM. I hope you remember. Equality is found when the observations are equal. So I hope you remember 2 by a and 2 to the power a. Sorry. 1 by 2 to the power a and 2 by 2 to the power a should be equal, and they are equal when they are same. When they are 1. I hope you remember this identity I'm talking about. X plus 1 by x. So this becomes 2 when x is 1. So if 2 to the power a I want to be 1, a will be 0. I hope you're getting it. So when a is 0, I'll have its minima, and this whole will be its minimum value the moment you replace a by 0. So if I replace a by 0 here, that will be the minimum of f of a. I hope you're getting it. This is not a, this was actually alpha. This was actually alpha. I'm really sorry. This was actually alpha. So when I replace it by this value, I'm really sorry, that was a only. That was a only. So this will be the minimum value of f of a, right? Now what will be the minimum value of f of a? This becomes, I hope you remember 2. This also becomes 2. So 2 into 2 is what? 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 by 2 is 3. So the minimum value of f of a, is 3. So the minimum value of f of a, which is 3, which is alpha, that we have been given, we are given. Now we are asked this expression. What is this expression? Pay attention to that. Here, if I now work on this expression, what is this expression? Let's work it out. So alpha is 3. Alpha is 3 for sure. Great. So if alpha is 3, the limits are ln 3, and ln2. Great, cool. And this is e to the power 2x, e to the power minus 2x. So if I write it as 1 by e to the power 2x, this becomes e to the power 4x minus 1, and e to the power 2x goes in the numerator dx. Everyone comfortably understanding it? So here what I do next is, I hope you're paying attention. Let's say if I take e to the power 2x as t, if I take e to the power 2x as t, so I hope you understand 2 times e to the power 2x dx will be dt. So if I vanish this 2 from here, this will be dt by 2. So e to the power 2x dx becomes dt by 2. So this becomes dt by 2, so that 1 by 2 comes out. The limits I'll talk about later, or I'll update them, don't worry about them. But here when I talk about this e to the power 2x dx, that is dt by 2, so there is dt. And here in the denominator you'll have e to the power 4x, so e to the power 2x is t, so it will be t square minus 1. Comfortable with this, everyone, all the participants? Now there, let's talk about the limits. So limits, if I update, e to the power 2x is t. So when I put 2 ln2, so it will be e to the power 2 ln2. So that will be 2 square, which is 4. So lower limit will be 4. Similarly, when I put ln3, so when I put ln3 here, I hope understanding 3 square, that will be 9. So the limits will be from 4 to 9. Everybody got that? No confusion on that. From here, when I move ahead, I hope there is no confusion on whatever we have done so far, all the participants. Now from here, all I'm suggesting you to do is, I hope you remember, 1 upon x square minus a square, 1 upon 2a, ln x minus a upon x plus a. Modulus, of course, is there. So how do I solve this? Sir, 1 by 2 is already there outside. Then 1 by 2a. What is a? Sir, a is 1. Ln x minus a. So that is t minus 1 upon t plus 1. And that's your answer. But with the limits. What are the limits? The limits are 4 to 9. The limits are from 4 to 9. So when you put 9 and when you put 4, you get the final answer. Will you do that by yourself? The final part. First you put 9 and then you put 4, and then of course log m minus log n you apply, because 1 by 4 is common, that comes out. So log m minus log n will be log m upon n. That can you do by yourself. So with that, we are done with the mathematics part. Now I think Gaurav sir will take over to conclude this session with the chemistry part. So let me ask whether Gaurav sir is there or not. So let me just ask Gaurav sir is joining or not. Otherwise, I'll culminate it. Let me see whether he responds or not. So no response, I think, means we are ending this session here. We are ending this live, I think, because I'm not receiving any response, which means Gaurav sir and Sumit sir are done. So here we end this live. Okay, Gaurav sir is joining. I have received the response. So he'll be coming up with more questions from chemistry. So Gaurav sir is going ahead. Great. I'm ending it from my end.
We were just left with, I guess, 2 questions, although we have discussed a lot many questions, but let us finish this and you be available to your content and finally say a bye-bye with this discussion. But you go back to your class notes, learn them. Wherever you feel you are falling back, please try to attempt questions from that area only. Sir, kal subha class hai kya? Kal subha beta, yes, definitely we have JEE paper tomorrow. So we'll be having definitely this discussion also, because this discussion will definitely be helpful for you. Rudra, we'll be having our discussion class. So let us finish this discussion. We are having this one question from, I would rather say a bit of calculation you have to do, but a very simple question from mole concept. It is saying you are having 20 gram of pure zinc which is reacting with 50 ml of sulfuric acid, but purity is 50%. So we just do the mole concept and after that we divide it by half, because purity is 50%. Density of sulfuric acid is given, so in order to calculate volume we can't use because this is no gas. So volume occupied by gas upon 22.4 can only be done for a species which is gas at STP. So that's why they have given density, and density is given out to be 1.3 grams. So can you tell me what will be mass of sulfuric acid? Sir, mass of H2SO4 will be mass equals volume, which is 50 ml, into density, which is 1.3 gram per ml. This is per ml. So I guess this is 65 gram. So 65 gram is the weight of sulfuric acid. So just write the basic reactions, I guess. This reaction you know from class 10th, that metal plus acid forms salt plus hydrogen gas. So what will be salt? Salt will be zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas. Now this is why I'm saying very easy, because stoichiometrically this is 1:1:1. Now 1 mole of zinc reacts with 1 mole of sulfuric acid, but because both the reactants are given, so we just have to check which is the limiting reagent. So number of moles of zinc will be given weight, which is 20 gram, upon molecular mass of zinc is given out to be 65. And what is number of moles of sulfuric acid? Sir, given weight upon molecular mass, which is 98. So obviously you can calculate also, but I can clearly see, but obviously those who can't, you have to do the calculation, which is the trickiest part. This will be lesser because 1 requires 1, so this is less. Obviously it is vigilant that this is less and this is more, so the species which is less becomes the limiting reagent, and this will decide the product produced. Now this reacts, okay, but okay, one more thing, this much you can't take. This much you can't take, because 65.98 will be, I guess this will be 65 is not available to you. How much is available to you? Because purity is 50%, so actually if 1/2, so 65 by 2 as in 32.5 gram upon 98. Okay, this will be your molar mass. What will be your molar mass? 65 by 2 is this much. So weight upon molecular mass, this will be your number of moles. You calculate this. I'm telling you also, this is somewhere around 0.33, this is somewhere around 0.31. So obviously this is less, so this will be the limiting reagent and this will recite the product. So 1 mole of this produces 1 mole of hydrogen gas. So n mole of this will produce n mole of hydrogen gas, but number of moles of hydrogen gas is not asked. Volume of hydrogen gas liberated at STP. So just the simple formula. So number of moles is actually 20 upon 65 equals volume of gas released upon 22.4. So you just calculate, it will become around 6 point something, 6.8, 6.8 something. So because you have to report the closest integer, so 7 will be your beautiful answer. Yes, calculation has to be done for this question, a bit of calculation for this also, for that colligative property question also. Apart from that, conceptually it is very easy question. Moving to the last question that we have from the chapter of practical organic chemistry, again a very doable question. I would rather say steam distillation is used for what? So steam distillation is used for those species whose boiling point, if we have to separate two species, then when we do, okay, this is simple distillation. So when we do simple distillation, when boiling point is large enough. Why? The component which is having lesser boiling point will be easily evaporated and will through a condenser it will be separated in different flask, so they can be easily separated. So simple distillation can be done between two liquids who have large difference. Yes. So one is S. Fractional distillation, we take that fractionating column because the boiling point of two species are very close enough. If the difference is less than 20 degree, then we rather use a fractionating column, so that the species which is having relatively higher boiling point stays back, because fractionating column will lose their kinetic energy, temperature will also fall and they can fall back, and the species which is having relatively lesser boiling point will be vaporized and they will be separated. So fractional distillation is between two liquids which are having very low difference, so 2 goes with R. So 1 goes with S, 2 goes with R. Till now, option 1 is right. Steam distillation, sir, orthopara isomer. So when we do that steam distillation, when one of the component is highly volatile, so steam distillation we do for volatile component. So 3 goes with P. And obviously last one is distillation under reduced pressure. Why we reduce the pressure? Because boiling point is the temperature at which vapor pressure of the liquid becomes equal to atmospheric pressure. But if a compound is getting decomposed by heating, so we have to separate it. So what shall we do? remove or decrease the external pressure. So if we, because now the boiling point will be much lesser because external pressure has been reduced. So distillation under reduced pressure is done for those species who are actually decomposed on heating. So by decreasing the external pressure, we simply do the separation. So 4 goes with Q, and obviously option 1 makes the right answer. This is it from chemistry side, I guess, beta. I hope you have done great deal with your paper. Now let's see if we have, okay, so we are done with mathematics also, we are done with physics also, and this is it from chemistry side as well. We'll be meeting tomorrow also. Just as last word, I would rather say, do not go for all the theoretical calculations, for all the theoretical knowledge at this point of time, because as far as chemistry is concerned, you have got almost equal weightage of physics, chemistry and mathematics. Definitely in the physical side of chemistry, you had to do bit of calculations. Those calculations may require some of your time, so you have to be vigilant with the calculation. You need to practice them hard at home, so that in the examination when you're going, go with a decent frame of mind, and all the very best. I know you all will be doing great. So good night, take good care of yourself, and all the best for your examination. Bye bye.